And now it's time for Advance Australia Fair.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every state advance Australia fair. In joyful strength, then let us sing, advance Australia
Nice job, Amy. The referees and officials have a hug out in the middle. Luke Lewis, why does New South Wales fight back and level this series?
Because they have to. As simple as that. They've got a state sitting back in New South Wales and everything's riding in the back of these players tonight. They have to make it happen.
John Gibbs on the touchline. Your head's where?
My head is with Queensland, but I so desperately want New South Wales to do this. I'm just a bystander. I'm just on the sideline. So if the New South Welshmen have a similar thought process to mine, they're going to be in this with a real good chance.
Queensland to kick off, defending the northern end, the Caxton Street end of the ground by Reece Walsh. New South Wales at the southern end to get first use of the footy through Ultram and Dave Munro, the touch judges, and Ashley Klein about to blow time on with Grant Atkins in the bunker. Enjoy, folks. It's going to be passionate. You're going to love. You're going to hate. Will it go down to the wire again? Do Queensland win another series, or do the Blues send us to a decider at Stadium Australia? We'll find out over the next hour, 45 minutes. Here we go. There's the whistle from Ashley Klein, and State of Origin 2 is underway at Lang Park. The kick-off's taken by Moses, 10 out from his own line, gives it left to Barlaw. Ben Hunt reeled out of the tackle, but he's taken 16 metres out from his own goal line, to his feet quickly, plays the ball to Robson, comes left to To'o. He's caught 22 out from his own line. I had the binoculars on Reece Robson during the national anthem, and he almost had a vacant look. Here's up the middle, Haas. He's tackled 30 out from his own goal line by Flegler and Cotter. Plays the ball to Robson, spins it left. Luai got the pass away, and now the tackle's coming about 8 metres short of halfway. And in there in defence for the Maroons was Fasul Malaawi. Young plays the ball to Robson, comes open side right, Tedesco. With the right foot step, he's caught by Flegler primarily. Fasul Malaawi was in there with Cotter. Last tackle on halfway, the kick from Mitch Moses, and he sends it down to the wing of Murray Tuolangi. Takes it 13 out from his own line, returns it to the 20, and he's going to be taken there by a chase of 1-2-3. 20 out from his own line, 10 metres in from the eastern touchline. No score after the opening minute. As the ball's playing, it comes open side right to Tabuai Fado. He was so brilliant in Origin 1, the hammer. Here he's scored 22 out from his own goal line. Plays the ball now, and it comes to the right from Munster. He linked up with Coates. He's brought to the ground 28 metres out from his own line. 3-men tackle. Frizzell was there with Yo and Haas. Now played to Hunt. Goes to the left of Fafita. Charged at Mitchell Moses. That's his target guy. Help comes as well, and he's put to the ground with Hudson Young involved in the tackle. And he'll play it now 14 short of halfway. No, too long in the tackle. First penalty of the game goes to Queensland as the crowd roars. 13 short of halfway. It's Tom Trebojevic penalised, Louis. 20 metres in from the eastern touchline. 13 short of halfway.
Yeah, I'd hate to say it. I didn't want to see any penalties early, but that was a penalty. Just overworked David Fafita way too much there, Tom Trebojevic. So he had to blow the whistle. But I like what New South Wales did early. They moved the ball to that left edge. They've got to move the ball away from the middle of Queensland. But really nice start from Queensland defensively.
Tap taken by Tabuai Fado, runs into the defence himself. And remember, Queensland has an unbelievable record when leading at half-time, and they scored the first 2 tries in Adelaide. Munster goes right. Terry Evans with a cutout pass to Val home, and it's a great tackle coming in by Crichton. 20 out, 7 metres in the southwest corner. Walsh goes left, Cotter. He's dragged down 12 out from the Blues line. 2 minutes 30 gone, no score. Dummy half Hunt goes to the left, through hands, it comes away to Munster, then the pass away to Walsh. Walsh gets the ball away to the winger, and he's caught over the eastern touchline. Murray Tuolangi. Great desperate defence by the Blues. and it's going to be a New South Wales ball just short of their own goal line. Time off, says the referee, because Tom Trbojevic is down injured, and I think he's clutching in a wrist or arm. Down to the touchline we go, Johnny Gibb.
It looks like it's his wrist, unless he's holding it because of his shoulder, which he's had difficulties with before. But this looks dangerous. He's come across, he's fallen awkwardly on his wrist or his shoulder. We'll have confirmation shortly, but he's in trouble, Tom Trbojevic.
Tell you what, it was great effort by To'o and Tedesco in defence. Tuilagi was just thinking about reaching out to ground at Matthew as it's play on, and the Blues have it 12 out from their own line.
Yeah, great scramble defence, and we get under play straight away, but Tom Trbojevic is leaving the field, Andrew.
Does definitely look like a wrist. Tom Trbojevic is off the field already, and it looks like Damien Cook is going to be the player to replace him. So a reshuffle for the Blues. No score after 4 minutes of play. New South Wales have it on its own 30. It comes left to Payne Haas. He's tackled by Cotter, 8 short of halfway. 18 in from touch on the western side. Dummy half there is Robson. Goes to the right through hands, and Young got the pass away in centre field. Tackle made 2 short of halfway. Fafita in there with Flegler making the tackle on Barlaw. Now it's played Robson. Goes right. Clearing kick from Mitchell Moses. Just his own side of halfway. Down to Walsh in the Northeast corner. Takes it 10 metres out from his own line. There's a wall of Blues chasing, and he's going to be tackled 18 out. Gee, Luke Lewis, that's the first big blow of the game. Tom Trbojevic off for New South Wales.
Yeah, huge blow for New South Wales, but you've got to forget about it. Every player out there's still got a job to do. There's a big, obviously a whole lot of minutes to go, so they've got to brush it, and they've got to dig deep now, the Blues.
Damien Cook is defending at left centre. Here's a missed tackle by Luai, and getting up to play the ball now for the Queenslander was Coates, and it comes away right to the halfback Cherry Evans, 9 short of halfway. Plays the ball now to Hunt. He spins at centre field left. Away to Val Holmes. Dummy steps into Haas. Up over halfway goes Val Holmes, and he's going to be finally put to the ground. 3 metres in New South Wales territory. Last tackle Queensland. No score after 4 minutes 20. Played to Hunt. Comes right. Cherry Evans. He puts the kick down through. Getting back there is Josh Adokar on the left wing. Fields it 3 out from his own line. Heads up over the 10 into Reuben Cotter, and also Xavier Coates, and he's pummeled. 18 out from his own goal line. Dummy half Luai spins it to his right. Damien Cook with a right foot step, and the now New South Wales left centre's taken by Pasua Malaawi and Hunt. He plays the ball out of dummy half, goes Tedesco. The Blue skipper's caught by Cotter, 32 out from his own line. 5 minutes gone, no score. Dummy half Robson, short ball right To'o. Wrapped straight over the top of one. Still going To'o, and finally tackled 8 short of halfway. I tell you what, he beat a fair defender too in Reuben Cotter. Now a short side raid left. Tedesco, Luai to Young, and a great tackle by Val Holmes. About 8 metres in Maroon's territory with help from Hunt. Last tackle, it comes right Moses from 43 out. High kick, although it's rather shallow. Oh, Queensland let it bounce, and it bounces fortuitously to Val Holmes. 21 out from his own line. No score after 5. Down to the touchline, Johnny Gibbs.
Well, we're still trying to check out Tom Trbojevic, but just looking at the body language of Nathan Gibbs, the doctor, he's going to be out of the game. So that's devastating for New South Wales.
So now Xavier Coates outside the Queensland 20 plays it. And it comes open side left as the Maroons work it up to their own 30. No score in the early going as now Carrigan plays it. Taking them on himself is Cherry Evans. He's caught by Young over the top. 8 short of halfway with Luai. 12 in from the western touchline. Played to Hunt. Spins it left. Not a good pass. Half volleyed by Flegler. He straightens. Queenslander is the chant here at Lang Park. He's on halfway, tackle by Haas. Plays it on the last to Hunt. Goes left Munster right on the halfway paint. A shallow kick to the wing of To'o. Coming through is Tuilagi, but he overran it. To'o takes it easily. 25 out from the Blues line. No score after 6 minutes of play.
Andrew, I can tell you the middle 3 players of the Blues, Robson, Borlow and Haas, are really levelling some players out there. Their defensive attitude as they get a penalty here.
Munster gives it away and they play the ball.
Outstanding.
1 penalty apiece. 26 metres out from the New South Wales line. 15 in from the eastern touchline. 6.5 gone, no score.
I feel like this game's a lot quicker than game 1 already. You can sort of see the speed. You can see the fatigue when there's a couple of sets back to back. So really good signs by both sides.
All right, we've got news on Tom Trbojevic, Jonty.
That's a torn pectoral, so it's shocking for not only Tom Trbojevic but New South Wales, Manly, all concerned, and he had just a look of dejection on his face.
Here's Luai, short ball left away to Hudson Young. Yeah, that's a terrible blow for Tom. New South Wales and Manly Warringah, a torn pec. That could be a long time out. Blues 38 out from the Maroons line. Comes centre field right to Yo. Turns it on the inside to Haas. Carrigan was awaiting him. He got a pass that went behind Robson on the ground. He drops it again, but regathers at 39 out from the Queensland line with Cotter on his back. No score, 7 minutes 20 gone. Ball played now to Yo, I should say. He gets the pass to his right as the Blues are 31 metres out from the Queensland line. Barlaw plays it. Robson goes right to Moses. A right foot step into Fafita and Flegler. Tackled 17 out. Last tackle New South Wales. Dummy half Robson. Centre field left to Luai. Puts in a stab kick. It goes behind Fasul Malaawi. Bouncing past Holmes and Walsh over the dead ball line. Good result for Queensland. 20-metre tap. 7 tackles set, 8 gone, no score. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, nice patience shown there by Queensland. There's a little kick there from Jerome Law. I just couldn't pull it up short, but the patience to guide that over the dead ball line and get a 7 tackle set. And here they are on the front foot, Queensland.
Tuolangi tackled 8 short of halfway by Barlaw. Plays the ball quickly to Hunt. Centre field left to Carrigan. Up over halfway goes into Barlaw and Haas. Standing in the tackle, 7 metres inside New South Wales territory. Carrigan plays the ball to Hunt. No score here. Munster goes left for Peter. Moses is there with Frizzell. Tackle made. 39 out from the Blues line. 15 in from touch on the eastern side. Now the ball played to the Hammer. He goes to the right. Munster drifts across field, show and go, beats Barlaw, but he's now taken one-on-one, 31 metres out from the goal line, and in the end a very good tackle by Hudson Young, played to Hunt, goes himself, short ball comes left to Walsh, he's caught 18 out from the Blues line. Last tackle Queensland, right in front of the southern post, Hunt goes right, Cherry Evans, a cross field kick, up they go, goes through the hands of Addo-Carr, and Ruben Cotter or Holmes gets there first, but I don't know that he grounded it. He may have bombed it, Val Holmes. We're going to the bunker. Here's Ashley Klein.
I have no try on the 6th tackle. Confirm that Xavier Coates does touch the ball. It's a knock on in the field of play.
So maybe that's where the error occurred. Xavier Coates coming through to challenge the kick in the first place.
Yeah, from first view when it was live, I actually thought it come off Coates' hand. Oh, you know what? It doesn't touch him. I think it touches Addo-Carr's hand.
Yes, and goes into the in goal backwards off the Blues. And then what happens when Val Holmes tries to ground the ball in the in-goal area?
Nice, baby.
We're having another look at a slow-mo here. Addo-Carr. Tell you what, he had a good leap.
Yeah, just looking to see if there's a knock-on from Xavier Coates.
I don't think it touches his hand on that view.
No, it looks like it's from Addo-Carr.
Just misses his fingertip. Comes off Addo-Carr's hand, goes backwards in goal.
Just looking to see if there's any other angles.
Yeah. Matthew, are you seeing anything different to Louis?
No, I'm not. But what I am seeing is I'm seeing Val Holmes not celebrating the try.
Playing on to this point,
so I think
no
your first identification is right.
Yeah, he had to be patient here. Valentine Holmes had Cotter looming up. He would have dived on it for sure.
Well, Ruben Cotter was almost tentative going, so I don't know whether Val Holmes shouted out, "This is mine." But they're still looking at the Addo-Carr Xavier Coates challenge. The ball bounces in goal. All right, what happens next? Val Holmes comes after it. Ooh.
That view you can't see.
No, I want to see one more view. We're going to have to see, not the head-on view, the reverse shot.
This one here.
So, no, he lost it.
No,
all they had to do was fall on it, Val Holmes.
Grounding from Valentine Holmes.
Well, Queensland are walking back as if they're scored.
Well, I think Val would know.
Oh, no.
I reckon that slipped out of his fingers just before the grass. John Gibbs on the touchline. What say you?
He's lost the ball and Val Holmes has resigned. That is just in front of me at the moment. So that is a butchered opportunity. Just have to fall on it. That's no try.
Oh, they're going to give this.
Valentine Holmes brings the ball down and enforces downward pressure on the ball.
They're giving that.
We have a decision.
So they're saying the ball never left his fingertips and his hand ends up on the football. It is a try to Valentine Holmes and for Queensland in the 9th minute. Val Holmes gets the try. And just as they did in Adelaide, Queensland score first. Maroons 4, Blues 0. Valentine Holmes on his fingertips gets it down, according to Grant Atkins in the bunker.
Well, it's the target there of Corey Oates. Oh, not sorry, Corey Oates. Xavier Coates, I should say. But really nice little kick. It doesn't touch him, but yeah, look, it's a tough one. I can't see how he gets that down. But hey, we're up here in Queensland. It's an Origin game, and if you're going to get it right, you've got to be perfect. The Blues and 50-50 calls are going to go their way, and they got it right, that one there.
Matthew.
Yeah, I'm probably with you guys. I don't really think that he grounded that. It was a terrific kick. Josh Adokar would be a little bit disappointed with his fumble of trying to take that catch, because he got himself in perfect position to actually take that ball in and get a 20-metre restart. So we'll take it, that's for sure, as Val Holmes lines up for the kick, Andrew.
He's 26 metres out, 9 metres in from the western touchline. Queensland 4, New South Wales 0. What's an Origin game without a contentious decision? Here's Holmes to convert his own try. He moves in, he strikes it, and it's off to the right, no goal. Gee, be disappointed with that kick, Val Holmes. Let's go down to the touchline, Johnny Gibbs.
I'll say this, Andrew, this year they made a subtle rule change to tries like that. Previously, he would have had to have re-gripped the ball as soon as he touched it, but because he was going down on top of it, I think last year that's no try, but under the changes to their interpretations this year that they made us aware of at the start of the year, it's a try.
I still thought there was separation right at the end there. I get the new interpretation, which I actually like. I just thought there was fingertip to ground separation. Anyway, it's a try, and it's 4-0 Maroons after 10 minutes. And the kickoff's taken by Cherry Evans. 9 out from his own line, gives it left to Flegler. Good strong run, and he's tackled 19 metres out from his own goal line. Centre field, play to Hunt. Short ball comes left to Big Tino Pasuamala-Awi, taken by Frizzell and Moses. 28 out from his own line, eastern side. Hunt comes back to the right for Feeder. Cut down instantly by Moses, mid-quarter halfway. Queensland with it, leading 4 points to 0 as Hunt goes right to Carrigan, and Pat Carrigan in centre field's met by a blue wall and shoved backwards 38 metres out from his own goal line. Plays the ball to Hunt. He'll kick it from inside the 40, but Tedesco's got it covered, has he? The ball bouncing near the touchline, but it had backspin. Tedesco picks it up, 8 out from his own line. Great chase by Cotter and Holmes. 17 out from the New South Wales line. Queensland 4, New South Wales 0 after 11 minutes. Now it's Adokar running headlong into Holmes and Cotter and driven sideways, if not backwards. 20 metres out from his own line and 20 in from touch western side. Dummy half Cook goes to his right, repeating Tom Trebojevic. Left the field in the 4th minute with a torn pec. Won't be back, will be out for some time. Here's Payne Haas now, up the middle to Carrigan and Fafita and taken. 12 metres short of halfway. Blues with it down 4-0 as it's played now to Robson. Comes to the right, Frizzell. Frizzell a strong run, but he's met right on halfway. Put to the ground, maybe half a metre in Blues territory. 20 Maroons territory, I should say, by Flegler. Played on the last. Robson goes right. Mitchell Moses kicks it short side. Left down to Reece Walsh. Takes it on the full. 15 out from his own line. Heads to the 20. Crichton, good chase, good tackle. 19 out from the Queensland line. Nearly 12 gone, Louis. 4-0 Maroons.
Yeah, it was a really nice set from Queensland after points. They got to the 40-metre line. They were happy to try and go for that 40-20, but it was backed up with their kick chase and their defence. So the Blues under the pump at the moment. They've got to weather the storm, get through a few sets, get a bit of fatigue in that Queensland side.
Good run by Coates up the middle, 12 short of halfway. Munster with the kick from his own 40 over the head of Tedesco. It bounces sideways for him. He's got it 8 metres out from his own line over the 10. Heads towards the 20. Steps into Cherry Evans and one other. Reuben Cotter, 25 out from the Blues line. Queensland 4, New South Wales 0 after 12 minutes of play. Now they send it right to Damien Cook, who came on the field at left centre for the Blues. And he's caught 15 short of halfway by Pasuamala-Awi. Played to Robson, goes himself from dummy half into Flegler and Cotter, and he's tackled 5 short of the halfway mark, 20 in from touch western side. Now Luai, dummy half, goes left to Tedesco, show and go, caught by Flegler. Was that a high tackle? No, says the referee, 38 metres out. It'll be played by Tedesco to Robson. Swings at centre field right to Yo. Yo dummies caught by over the top Carrigan, and down low Hunt. 30 out from the Maroons line centre field. Now it's Luai to the left. Puts up the high kick, coming down well short of the goal line. Up goes Xavier Coates, comes down with it comfortably. 13 out from his own line for Queensland. 13 minutes gone, Matthew. Queensland 4, New South Wales 0.
Well, one of the things I can affirm, Andrew, is, and this was in the first game as well, is New South Wales here again are winning the collision and dominating ruck speed and making more yardage. But Queensland just have more poise in those key plays, particularly last one.
Cherry Evans from dummy half, only gained a few. Tackled by Robson, played to Hunt, comes right to Val Holmes. Left foot step into Haas and Luai, and he's taken mid-quarter halfway, Queensland territory. Val Holmes, the early try for Queensland. He missed the conversion. He comes to the left, Carrigan away to Pasuamala-Awi. Solid contact made on him there by Frizzell and also Yo. 8 short of halfway, last tackle Maroons. Now it's Cherry Evans inside the 40. Clearing kick, Tedesco can't get there on the full. Bounces up to him, 6 metres out from the Blues line. He returns it into a Maroon wall, trying to skirt on the outside, but Tabuai Fado, great tackle. Right down on the Blues 20-metre line. Play to Moses. It comes left now. Way to Brian To'o, and he's caught 26 out from his own line. 4-0 Queensland. 14 minutes gone here at Lang Park. You're with Luke Lewis, Matthew Elliott, John Gibbs, and I'm Andrew Moore on Grandstand Rugby League. And we're broadcasting all over the place throughout Australia, the South Pacific, the UK. Lovely to have you along. Luai, short ball left to Young. And it was a solid hit by Holmes, and in with the assist is Flegler, 7 short of halfway, then a bit of a push and shove, and then he throws a punch. Flegler threw a punch. It was a shove by Young, and Flegler threw out a jab. And now they've come in from everywhere, and the referees will try to sort it. Let's go down to the touchline. Johnny Gibbs.
Well, he grabbed you around the head. It looks as though Flegler's giving him whether it's an open palm or whatever, I'm not sure. Hudson Young didn't like the tackle, and he's got plenty of fire in his belly, and the penalty will be going to New South Wales. Whether or not they're going to sin bin anyone, I'm not sure now. Damien Cook playing left centre, so what that means is on the right side, we've got Stephen Crichton going from left to right, so he's with his Penrith compatriot. That's their normal right side combination, Crichton and To'o. You talk about height. Now Xavier Coates has got Cook and Addo-Carr in front of him.
That shouldn't have even been a penalty. Play on.
So it is a penalty to the Blues, and they find touch 30 out from the Queensland line. Tap taken by Cook, goes to the right, Luai away to Haas. And Payne Haas has tackled 29 out. Right in front of the northern goalpost. Will the Blues strike back here? Robson goes to his right to Barlaw. Out the back playing a great tackle coming from Tabuai Fado. That was an absolute perler on Moses. And now Yo sends it back to his right to Junior Barlaw. Run over the top of Carrigan. Taken no by Fasul Mala'awi and Hunt. 13 out from the Queensland line. Centre field. Robson goes right to Yo. Out the back to Moses. They go through hands. Tedesco, Crichton to To'o. But he's caught in that northeastern corner by Tabuai Fado and Tuolangi. 2 out, 2 in. Plays the ball. Crichton comes to the left. Moses long ball. They work at centre field. Robson away to Haas. Cotter goes down low, but he got the pass back. It's with Luai. Runs into Holmes. Cotter and Hunt. 10 metres out. Last tackle Blues. Dummy half Robson. Goes to his right. Moses. Stab kicking goal. Taken by Munster, and he ran away from the chase for Brazil all the way up to the 10. And he's caught by Haas. 12 out from his own line. 16 gone. Queensland 4. New South Wales 0. Matthew Elliott.
What about the defensive effort by both the Queensland centres? And Fado and Holmes have been absolutely levelling players, so it's obviously a strategy of theirs to wedge in on the shift plays of New South Wales.
Xavier Coates now for Queensland, up over the 30 into Haas and Yo, standing in the tackle. 32 out from his own line, plays it all mix up between Cotter and Fasul Mala'awi. Goes on the deck, and Tino dives on a 29 out from his own line. He'll play the ball 19 in from the western touchline to Jerry Evans. Sends it left to Cotter. Got past Luai, but now he sits solidly 12 short of halfway. Last tackle Maroons. I'll need a good kick here. Hunt goes left to Munster. From inside the 40. Sets himself and drills it down to the right wing of To'o, who'll take it on the full. 18 out from his own line. Should get near the 30. Takes on Flegler, and Carrigan gets over the 30. Good return by To'o. Blues have it just outside their 30. Luke Lewis, 17 gone. Queensland 4, New South Wales 0.
Yeah, I'm loving this now at the moment. Queensland has a lot of fatigue in the Queensland jersey already, but you can say the same thing for the Blues. So this is where the origin really starts to get real now. 18 minutes in, everyone out on their feet. They've got to dig deep.
Centre field Crichton. He's taken by Flegler and Carrigan, 7 short of halfway. Play to Robson. Short ball right to Haas. Runs into Fafita, and he's going to be tackled with help from Munster. 3 metres in Queensland territory. 20 in from touch on the eastern side. Play to Robson. Comes centre field left. Tedesco to Haas. Defence is there. Cotter and Hunt and Carrigan. 32 out from the Maroons goal line. Last tackle Blues. They're down 4 points to 0. Comes right. The kick from Moses. 34 out. Down to the wing of Tuolangi. Coming through Crichton. Up they go. Ball tapped back by Crichton. Dived on by Fasul Mala'awi. Queensland has it back. 17 out from their own line. 18 gone. 4-0 Maroons as it comes right to Tabuai Fado. Here's a change for the Queenslanders. Tom Flegler gets replaced, and on comes Jeremiah Nanai, the cowboy. Jerry Evans, meanwhile, takes on the defence, but Haas knocks into the deck, and Val Holmes slipped over in back play, and he's a bit ginger on the Queensland 30. Now to the right, Nanai with his first touch. Into the defence of Cook and Luai. Tackled 12 short of halfway. 14 in from the western touchline. Dummy half home. Spins it left away now to Carrigan. Carrigan got straight past Barlaw into Robson and Yo. And coming in also is Haas. 1 metre in New South Wales territory. Last tackle Queensland. It comes right. Cherry Evans from 48 metres out. Kicks it down to the southwest corner. And it's allowed to bounce by Tedesco. and it does end up over the touchline as he's put a foot over it to make a bird of it. Play the ball, 10 out from their own line for the Blues. 19 minutes gone, Louis, 4-0, Maroons over New South Wales.
Yeah, good work there by Tedesco. You can tell he's tired, but he come up with the right play there. He couldn't get the ball on the full, let it bounce, but he actually put his leg into touch, grabbed the ball while it was in the air, which is a ball for New South Wales right in the middle of the field. But again, both sides are just digging deep. I feel like New South Wales are slowly starting to get the upper hand now.
Yeah, the problem here, Louis, is that Damien Cook's not playing dummy half. So they are generating ruck speed, but they don't have that speed out of there as he has a little dart as he comes in as a centre to get some workload off his middles.
Timing perfect, 15 short of halfway. Robson goes left to Young and he's caught 6 short of halfway. In fact, that might be Liam Martin on the field now for the Blues. It comes to the right to Isaiah Yeo. He steps into the defence of Carrigan, taken 42 out from the Queensland line. It's 4-0 Queensland after almost 20 minutes. Mitch Moses afforded a ton of room to run as he kicks it down to the northeast corner. Reece Walsh circled all around it, then just dives into the field of play. He seemed to make that hard for himself, Reece Walsh, as he's caught by Crichton. 2 out from his own line, played to Munster with a show and go. And Crichton leads the charge in defence to make the tackle with Frizzell and Martin. 7 out from their own line, 20 minutes gone. 4-0 Queensland. Ball played Cherry Evans. Comes right. Tuolangi on play 3. He's only 13 out from his own goal line. In fact, that was Fafita. Plays the ball now and it comes to the right. And this time going on a stepping run is Tuolangi. 18 now from his own line on play 4. Fasuamala Awi off. Lindsay Collins on. There's a stepping run here from Reece Walsh. Gets him to the Queensland 30, but it's the last upcoming. Played. Hunt goes right. Cherry Evans kick downfield. And back there is Addo Carr. Takes it on the full, 18 out from his own line. Just jogs and then accelerates over the 30, the Fox. And he's taken by Coates over the top with Collins. And Nanai, 33 out from the Blues line. Let's check in on the touchline, Johnny Gibbs.
New South Wales' defence has been very good, but the kicking game of Queensland, getting him out of trouble through the boot of Davy Cherry Evans, a sad sight. He's already been showered and he's got his right arm in a sling, Tom Trbojevic.
Frizzell goes right to To'o and he's caught 3 short of halfway. Suspected torn pec for Tom Trbojevic. In the 4th minute he was off the field. Now Frizzell goes for a run over halfway into Fafita and Carrigan and he stands in the tackle. 6 metres in Queensland territory. Maroons 4, Blues 0 after 21 and a bit minutes. Short side right they go and Moses is going to be collected here by Munster. Plays at 35 out in the last. Long ball set up field left to Luai. Luai from 35 out. High left foot kick to the wing of Xavier Coates. He said, no problem, I've got it. And then he gets absolutely smashed. Great chase by Young and Martin on the Queensland 10. Play to Cherry Evans. Ben Hunt off. Harry Grant on for the Maroons. So that's their 3rd interchange in the first 21 and a half minutes. Ball play to Munster. Comes to the left away for Fafita. And Fafita got a one-hander back in the tackle to Munster. Munster over the 30, runs into Robson and dealt with head on. Great tackle by Reece Robson, 31 out from the Queensland line. Played to Grant. Here goes centre field right to Cherry Evans. Links up now with Holmes away to Nanai. Beats the first. Beats Luai. Then a flick pass is an absolutely horrible pass by Nanai straight over the western touchline. What a let-off for the Blues. It was a great run by Nanai and a horrible flick pass. And the Blues are going to get to play the ball, Louis, a metre or two into Queensland territory. 4-0 Maroons, 22 gone.
Yeah, we all know how good Nanai is on that right edge. He comes up with a beautiful carry. He didn't need to do that flick pass, but as a New South Wales supporter, I'm glad he did. All he had to do is run in field, get down, get up, quick play the ball, and they would have been on the front foot. But here come New South Wales with Queensland under the pump.
Could have almost just passed it left to right, couldn't he?
He also had inside support on his left-hand side as well, Andrew, so really poor decision by Nanai.
Blues have it, Liam Martin, 34 out from the Queensland line. 4-0 in favour of the Maroons. Robson goes to his right to Isaiah Yeo, and it's a set restart to New South Wales. The first of the night, and they're 25 metres out from the Queensland line. Ball play to Robson, comes to the right to Moses, puts in a chip and chase. Moses has got great speed, getting back there, Munster though first, and he taps it over the dead ball line. An attacking kick by Mitch Moses on play 2, but it's a goal line dropout Queensland. In theory, another set for the Blues, 17 left in the half, 4-0 Queensland.
Yeah, Luke Lewis talked about the Queensland kicking game, how good it was. Well, it's only been one in New South Wales half, and they scored a try of it. The rest of the time, New South Wales have had Queensland pinned down in their own territory. Another great short kick that time from New South Wales. Mitch Moses got it right on the money.
I'd like to see him do that a little bit more too, like just take on the line and play a bit more eyes up footy. He's so dangerous, Mitch Moses, when he does it.
Apologise to listeners, I'll get your text in a moment or two. Cherry Evans sends the line drop out deep. And coming back with it is Liam Martin, got straight past one. Now he's taken 37 out from the goal line after he initially beat the defensive Collins. Comes to the left, Luai across to Haas. And in his road is Nanai Carrigan and also Cherry Evans. 28 metres out from the Queensland line. 24 minutes gone in Origin 2. Queensland 4, New South Wales 0. Moses sends it in Frizzell, but he's cut down 18 metres out from the goal line. He'll play the ball now to Robson. He'll come centre field left away to Yo. Out the back it goes Moses. Switcheroo back to the right. Martin got it away Tedesco. Right foot step by the human pinball and he's tackled by Grant. 12 metres out also in there for Feeder. They go to the right and it comes on the inside to a stepping Crichton, but he's dragged down one-on-one. 3 metres out from the line. Last tackle New South Wales. Robson gets it back centre field. Tedesco away Luai. Luai, they've got numbers, have they? Cook cuts in field and then over the top comes the Nye with Holmes. Changeover. Queensland survive. They'll play it 7 out from their own goal line. 4-0 Queensland, nearly 25 gone.
Well, Addo missed his assignment there. He thought he was going to get a little grubber kick. If he had stayed on side and stayed behind Damien Cook, there would have been a 2-on-1. Addo over the line, but he went for the little kick. He tried to read his teammate, got it all wrong there, but nice scramble by the Queenslanders.
Coates plays it. Holmes takes off from dummy half, wrapped up 22 out from his own line. 15 in from touch on the western side. Played to Grant. Grant dummies, goes himself, runs across field and he's easily picked off. Just inside his own 30 for the Maroons. Val Holmes the try in the 9th minute from a kick that was dropped by Addo Carr up against Xavier Coates. Now Collins in centre field. He's caught 12 metres short of halfway. Speaking of kicks, will you ever remember, or forget, I should say, will you always remember his high leap over Tedesco and Adelaide? Now Walsh sends the ball on the inside to Val Holmes. He's taken over the top by Luai, down low by Hudson Young. 10 metres in Blues territory. 13 in from touch western side. Queensland running left to right, and on the last, Cherry Evans spins it left to Munster. High kick from 45 metres out. To'o's under it. To'o catches it, runs away from Tuolangi and Tabuai Pado. Caught 24 out from his own line for the Blues. 26 gone, and here's a penalty against Queensland again. It's the third penalty for the Blues, and this one comes 24 out from their own line. Lindsay Collins penalised Matthew Elliott, and now the Blues will get a free head upfield.
Yeah, well, Luke Lewis talked about the fatigue and the impacts it's having. This is a crucial set defensively for Queensland. New South Wales starting a set just inside their own half, but with the set start and a repeat set, this could be a pivotal moment of this first half.
So it's the Blues now, 6 metres in Queensland territory. They've had the running in terms of field position in the last 10 minutes. Comes away to Payne Haas. He backs his way over the 40. Tackled 38 metres out from the Maroons line. 13 minutes, 30 left in the half. And we know how crucial minutes are before half-time. Comes away to Liam Martin. He's taken very, very quickly by Nene and also Collins. 35 out from the goal line. It's played to Robson. Comes centre field right. And hitting the ball up now for the Maroons is Young. He's tackled 25 metres out from the Maroons goal line. Plays the ball now and they work it to the left to Luai over the 20 and a step straight past Denai. Takes on and beats Harry Grant. Goes right to Yo. Yo's taken in a beautiful tackle by Fafita. 15 out. Last tackle Blues. Robson goes right. Moses. A crossfield kick. Looks to be a shocker. Back by Crichton to Moses. He got the pass away to Tedesco. Ball on the ground. Was a touch? It was. 6 to go. The luckiest done 6 to go you ever did see. Luai. He goes left to Damien Cook. Threatened to explode past Holmes. Taken by Coates 4 metres out. 12 minutes 30 left in the half. 4-0 Queensland, but the Blues, it's all them just at the moment. Luai goes to the right to Robson. Sends it into Haas. Runs into Carrigan and also Nanai. Put to the ground with help from Cotter. 10 out from the Maroons goal line. Played to Robson. Comes to the right to Yo, then away to Moses. Moses out the back. Quick hands to Tedesco, throws it right across the eastern touchline. So he's trying to link up with Brian To'o. But boy, oh boy, the pressure valve is released. Queensland will get to play the ball. 15 out from their own line. Let's go down to the touchline. Johnny Gibbs.
We've got to take a few chances because there won't be that many coming. They've dominated field position. I've got to say, Damien Cook, since he came on in the 4th minute as a replacement for Tom Trebojevic, is making a really good fist of left centre, something that would be completely unfamiliar to him. He's up against Val Holmes. That try, by the way, by Val Holmes is his 12th. That's 3rd all-time in State of Origin. You've got Inglis and Boyd, the top 2. Then you've got Slater, Shearer, Gagai, and now Val Holmes all on 12 tries.
Now Lindsay Collins for Queensland. Tackled 22 out from his own line. Come on, Blues, do it for Freddie. Do it, just do it, says Trish, the fanatical Roosters fan. Now the Queenslanders still inside their 30, and they spent a lot of time in the last 15 minutes or so in their own half. Feeder plays it. Comes right centre field. Munster turns it on the inside. Cotter. He's tackled 34 out from his own goal line by Martin. Plays the ball to Grant. Goes left to Munster. A left foot step into Haas, and also Yohan stands in the tackle. 7 short of halfway. Dummy half Grant. Comes right towards Carrigan. Bounced away from Robson. Back into him with help from Martin, who rakes the ball out. Back into the arms of Harry Grant, and it's 6 more for Queensland. He turns it in for Nene, and he's tackled 9 metres in Blues territory. 15 in from the western touchline. Played to Grant. Goes to the left. Holmes with a long cutout ball away for Feeder. Takes on Moses. Help comes in from Crichton and Frizzell. Taken 32 out from the Blues line. But gosh, this is quick. This is 3 times the speed of the first half in Adelaide, I reckon. Munster. Short ball right to Collins up the middle. And Lindsay's going to be taken here by Yo and Robson. 22 out from the Blues line. Grant goes left to Munster. Munster gets it away to Walsh, stepping past Crichton. Then he steps into Frizzell, but got the ball away to Munster. Munster to Cotter. Cotter past one, but he's nailed and put to the ground 6 metres out. Price over by Yo. Grant darts across field. Links up to his right. Cherry Evans steps back in field. Into Luai. And Hudson Young 6 metres out from the goal line. 15 in from touch in the southwest corner. 10 left first half. This game is dead set blown. 4-0 Maroons are now push and shove between Luai, the defender, and Daly Cherry Evans. And the referee trying to separate them now as they come from everywhere. Louis with 9 minutes 42 left in the half.
Yeah, well, this time here, Jerome Luai just gets up and stands over the top and he doesn't move, so not too sure how it's going to go. Here as Daly Cherry Evans just sort of gets up and trips him over, but yeah, look, they're going to play the ball, which is a smart one. But for me, Queensland, they've had to defend their line. They've got their opportunity, and they're looking like they're threatening New South Wales defensive line every time. Here they are again.
So it comes to the left. Munster gets it away. Charging at the line is Patrick Carrigan. He scored 5 metres out. Last tackle Maroons. The ball played to Harry Grant. Comes to the left. Stab kick by Reece Walsh. Went straight to Crichton. Look out. He's a whale. The dreadful kick by Walsh. Crichton over halfway. Cherry Evans getting after him. Cherry Evans, what a tackle. 16 metres out. What a chase from the other side of the field. But the Blues might still score left. Moses, cut out ball Luai. He gets it away to Damien Cook. Steps back towards centre field. Straightens into Carrigan and Cotter. 13 metres out. 8 minutes 30 left in the half. 4-0 Queensland. But the Blues on the attack now. Payne Haas. He flicks it out the back. 10 out to Luai. Luai steps past one. Then gets a pass left to right to Moses. Moses threatening to kick. Steps straight past Carrigan. Then he straightens and he's going to be caught. 8 metres out from the line. Boy, this is quick. He'll play the ball to Robson. Robson drifts to his right, turns it in for Yo, runs at Collins and for Feeder. I tell you what, he's nearly there. He's half a metre out. He'll play it to Robson. Spins it back to the left. That's where Moses is to Luai. Then a pass off the head of Damien Cook. Picked up by Munster for Queensland. And the defence holds on. 4-0 Maroons, Matthew Elliott. 32 and a half gone.
Well, Daly Cherry Evans, first of all, take a bow, take another one, and take another bow. But also, then the mentality of the Queensland team, they had to pay their skipper back there. Crichton went the distance, nearly 90 metres, and the whole team got back there on the next play and defended the set under heaps of pressure.
A nice set of field, 27 out from his own line, played to Grant, sends it left away. And here's a big tackle coming in on the Queensland runner. On that occasion was Cotter. Now they work the ball right. Here's a strong run by Carrigan. One-hander away to Cherry Evans. To the 30. Takes on Tedesco. Great tackle around the ankles. 24 out. 5 in from the western touchline. Played to Holmes, Queensland. One of the penalty. Referee Ashley Klein says play on. Comes to the left, Grant. Then away to Reece Walsh. Got it away for Feeder. Sent it forward. I thought to Tabuai Pado. Play on away to Tuilagi. He steps past them to score. Queensland go from one end to the other after the break by Cherry Evans. Tried it to Tuilagi. 6 minutes 45 to go in the half. Queensland 8. New South Wales 0. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, what do you say? Daly Cherry Evans chased to run down Crichton. Then the whole team to get back and defend their line like it was the start of the game. They looked so energised when they defended that line. Then Queensland, they get the ball, they go to the right edge, they come up with a huge carry, a beautiful little offload to find again the skipper, Charlie Cherry Evans, who then will blame for a penalty. It didn't work in their favour. It was a beautiful pass left to right. They get it out to where they need to get it to, and Hamaso Tabuai-Fidow comes up with a simple little 2-on-1, and they're over as easy as you like.
Well, I'm just looking at the David Fafita pass to Tabuai-Fidow, and my goodness, I'm going to say again, we may have dodged another bullet, but we'll take the try. It's a great shift from right to left, Andrew, but that pass was marginal at best.
Well, John Gibbs, I tell you what, if Queensland win this game in the series, that's nearly player of the series stuff from Daly Cherry Evans, that 2-minute period.
Unbelievable. He's nearly 30. Well, he is 34. He's 34 years of age. One of the oldest players. There's only been one older halfback, and that was Alfie Langer when he came back and played in that game after his recall from Warrington. So he is a veteran. And that run, he was always going to get him. I was watching, and he was just eating into the ground, and it was fantastic. And then to make the break 2 minutes later, what about the aerobic capacity? He might be 34. He should not weary Daly Cherry Evans. That was unbelievable.
Tell you what, though, I don't want to make too big a deal of it. It's a great try, but that pass was dead set forward by David Fafita.
I wish I could argue the point, Andrew, but it was blatant.
So here's Val Holmes, 13 metres out, just to the left of the post. Queensland 8, New South Wales 0. 5 minutes 24 to go in the half. Here comes Holmes. He missed his earlier kick, but he lands this one. He's 1 from 2. Queensland 10, New South Wales 0. Gibbsy, just back down to you for a moment. What's the stat about Queensland leading at halftime in recent Origin games?
New South Wales have lost 9 in a row. Goes back a long time, Andrew, since New South Wales has been able to overturn a halftime deficit. They've had a couple of opportunities, one on the eastern side, the ball went in a touch, then it went off the head of Damien Cook and past Addo Carr. They've got to take their chances, particularly now with a makeshift backline, but 9 in a row they've lost so far when they've been trailing at halftime.
Kick off from the Blues on the SMS, simply, it's so quick. Another says at a halftime, yet I'm exhausted, says Marie, a Queenslander, is from the return. Queensland has it right up to the 20-metre line. Gee, that was a good run in traffic from Lindsay Collins. Played to Grant, goes left to Ruben Cotter, stepping run into Haas and Frizzell up to the 30 and just beyond, 31 metres out from the Queensland line. Played to Grant, goes left for Fafita now, runs into a solid tackle over the top. Coming from Robson with Moses, 14 short of halfway, 11 in from the far eastern touchline. Now they work it right, Tabuai-Fidow, Cherry Evans, short ball, and Reece Walsh went without. It was a great ball that time from the 9. Reece Walsh dropped it cold, and the Blues have it, Louis, 35 out from the Queensland line. These games can change very fast.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, that's lucky there for New South Wales. Is if Reece Walsh catches that ball to 2-on-1, I think Queensland are away down the other end. Had Valentine Holmes on his outside, but nice play, but well done to New South Wales. They need to get some points on the board just before halftime.
Stefano Utoikamanu is out there for the Blues on debut. They're 20 metres out. Haas plays. It goes left, and it's Utoikamanu running off Yo. Runs into Carrigan, and he's going to be held up there with the help from Collins. 11 out from the Queensland line, centre field. Robson to the right. Yo got it away to Moses, then turns it back on the inside, and they run into each other, the Blues. And that looked all a bit messy. Tedesco ran straight into the back of Frizzell, 8 metres out, but he submits, so he's allowed to play it. Does so to Robson. Comes centre field left. Yo plays it to Moses, away to Luai, got straight past Holmes, but then he's nailed head on. Then he lost the ball, and it's going to be a Queensland scrum feed, 12 metres out from their own line. What about the tackle on Jerome Luai? Brilliant stuff from Lindsay Collins, I believe. And it's going to be a Queensland scrum feed. 3.5 to go before the break. Queensland 10, leading New South Wales 0. I'm laughing, just happy it wasn't me, because Lindsay Collins put a bit of sauce on Jerome Luai and ate him.
Well, we talk about villains and heroes in the Origin arena, Andrew, and obviously the crowd were pretty happy that Jerome Luai just got creased by one of their heroes there. The crowd are going absolutely bonkers.
3 left first half, Luke Lewis, 10-0 Maroon.
Yeah, give Val Holmes a wrap there as well. He come out of the line. He almost gets Jerome Luai, but then Lindsay Collins backs his mate up and comes up with a huge shot to force the ball free there. And it's just a defensive display by the Queenslanders at the moment has been absolutely brilliant.
Queensland won the scrum, and it went left to Tuolangi. And then held was the call and the tackle of Utuikamano, so he'll play 19 out from his own line to Grant. Centre field right to Lindsay Collins. He runs into the defence, headed up by Payne Haas, stands in the tackle. Yo there as well as Utuikamano. 26 out from the Queensland line, and now Harry Grant just jogs into the markers. And he'll play at 29 out from his own line. Ball played now to Munster, comes to the right. Reuben Cotter, he's caught 13 metres short of halfway. Plays the ball, Robson was there to greet him with Haas. Grant dummy half to Cherry Evans, turns it back into Reece Walsh. Walsh past one, straightens into Haas and Luai and hits the deck 2 metres short of halfway. Last tackle, Queensland who lead 10-0 after 38 minutes. Cherry Evans goes left to Munster on halfway. High kick to the wing of Brian To'o. Coming through is Tabuai-Padow. To'o the catch. Tabuai-Padow the tackle. 20 metres out from the New South Wales goal line. So now the Blues have it. They work it to the right edge, and Tedesco is caught 28 metres out from his own goal line. We haven't seen Cameron Murray on the field yet for New South Wales. And for Queensland, no Mweki Fotuaika. 10 short of halfway. Queensland gives away another penalty in the play the ball, and this is 10 metres short of halfway. Reuben Cotter, the player, penalised. So the penalties are 4-1 to the Blues. 10 short of halfway, down to the touchline we go, Johnny Gibbs.
Well, they needed that, and that's just to back Louis up. 1 minute 25 to go before half-time. A try here would just lift their spirits so much. They need points right now.
32 out, they take the tap, and Moses sends it on the inside to Utuikamano. He's tackled by Carrigan and Fafita. 26 out for the Maroons line, played. And it comes from Robson. Moses sends it back on the inside. Yo, he's caught 15 out from the Queensland line with exactly 60 seconds to go in the half. Tedesco goes to his left. Moses turns it in for Payne Haas. Nanai is there. Grant over the top, and he's still standing. Payne Haas, 7 metres out. The crowd lifts and yells Queenslander. Comes left Tedesco, bends away from Nanai, runs into Grant, and he must have to submit there because he ran right behind his own player, and he does. 6 metres out, 38 seconds on the ticking clock. Play to Robson, flat ball right to Haas. He's taken 2 metres out. Last tackle, Blues. They're down 10 block. Robson between the uprights, sends it away right, Moses. 10 metres out, a cut-out ball to Luai. Luai stops, basketballs it back over the top. Now it's 6 more tackles. They've got a set restart. So it's their second of the night with 16 seconds to go. They're 15 out from the line. New South Wales with it. Comes centre field left. Yo turns it inside. Utuikamano. He's caught over the top by Fafita. 9 metres out. 5 seconds left. One last play. Dummy half Robson. Tripped over the marker. Gets up and goes again. Runs across field and he's caught. Queensland hold on. And they'll get a standing O here at Lang Park, because they go into the sheds leading the series 1-0. And they lead game 2. 10 points to 0. As players have another modern day melee. Referee Ashley Klein separates them. But again, brilliant, desperate goal line defence from the Maroons. And it's forcing New South Wales into looking a little confused when they're in that position. 10-0 Queensland for the Maroons to try to Val Holmes in the 9th minute. To Murray Tuolangi in the 34th. Val Holmes, 1 goal from 2 attempts. No restarts, no challenges, nothing for the Blues but 2 restarts. And New South Wales has been awarded 4 penalties to Queensland's 1. Half-time in an incredibly quick 40 minutes. Queensland 10, New South Wales 0. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, I feel like New South Wales are dominating field position. But for me, it's the absolute masterclass of the defence from the Queenslanders to defend their line, to scramble, to continue to turn up for their mate. And then under fatigue, they keep coming up with the right place. The 2 halves for me for Queensland, their kicking game has been brilliant, getting them out of trouble, getting them all the way up the other end of the field. And you can see that New South Wales look a little bit frustrated at the moment. But if they can just calm down, get a little bit more field position, and when they get into good ball, actually pull off the ball and then create some space, get some their hard running back rolls. At the moment, they keep turning them under. There's opportunities there, but they've got to be patient. They've got to calm down a little bit more. So I feel like they're getting pressured by the Queensland defence.
Matthew Elliott, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I'd have to agree with Louis. In all the foundations of modern rugby league, New South Wales are winning the contest. Ruck speed, collision, field position. They're getting all those things. But what they don't have is the same level of poise as Queensland do in those key moments. And then you've got that scramble. Daly Cherry Evans set a standard tonight for the rest of his teammates. This is what we got to do to win this game. That chase, that try-saving chase on Coates was mind-blowing. Then to come up with 2 minutes later, a clean break to put, that creates a try down the other end of the field. There's just a small... That's why New South Wales are frustrated, Andrew. They're winning all these little contests and they're behind on the scoreboard. It's a head-scratcher.
John Gibbs has the best seat in the house down on the touchline. Gibbsy, 10-0 Maroons at the break.
Yeah, it's such a frenetic pace too. It was so quick, and that just threw all of their plans into disarray when Tom Trbojevic has torn his pec in the 4th minute, saving a try to Murray Tuolungi in that southeastern corner. They've had to make do, and they've really tried hard. They've had opportunities, but they haven't been able to ice them. But the desperation shown from Queensland, and as we've been speaking about, Daly Cherry Evans leading the way, is just incredible. What was incredible was the chase of Cherry Evans on Crichton, but just as incredible, it must have been inside 2 minutes later, he's full of energy and full of oxygen and racing down the field, setting up the try to Lungi, which is his first in State of Origin. A tremendous first half of rugby league. A really uphill battle though for New South Wales to stay in the series, and just repeating, when they've been behind, they've lost the last 9. So will it be 10 in a row, or can they create a miracle?
All right, have a breather, Gibbsy, on the SMS. Hey, Matty, watching the footy with the sound down, listening to the best callers in the business. I never realised how insightful your comments are, probably because you're not on enough, but you are a genius, mate. From Glenn. A genius.
I hope Glenn's not having too many sports drinks, because I like being described as a genius, but... yeah.
And often self-described too. Pete in Brisbane says New South Wales trailing because Queensland scored tries off a knock-on and a forward pass. Matt says, once again, if there's any luck to be had, Queensland get it. Boys, New South Wales need to run forward in the red zone. Too much side to side. Frustrated Blue supporter. And was that touchy asleep? I forgot the Queensland of Origin game was on tonight. Looks like I didn't miss much. Hit favourites in front. Can we check the... whatever. Take a breath, Andrew, and you better get paddles and oxygen ready for Louis at half-time, says Clinton the Paramaniac. Yeah, it was quick. It's tense. It's 10-0 Queensland. If they go on to win it, they win the series. They have it clinched before we even get to Stadium Australia. Stop smiling, Padre.
I'm smiling at my daughter's messages who are from New South Wales.
Oh, yes.
Talking about the no tries.
That were actually tries to Val Holmes and also Murray Tuolungi. Hope you're enjoying the action with Luke Lewis, Matthew Elliott, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore on Grandstand Rugby League, second half to come. Let's get, though, right now to the ABC Newsroom.
ABC News with Satyam Weinstein. A marine robotics expert says recovering a submersible missing in the North Atlantic Ocean is going to be an enormous challenge despite reports of underwater noises detected in the search area. Search and rescue teams are running out of time to locate the 5 passengers in the sub who were on an expedition to the Titanic wreck. Professor Stephen Williams is from the University of Sydney's Centre for Field Robotics and says some cutting-edge equipment is being used for the first time.
Organisations are bringing remotely operated vehicles to site, and these are capable of operating down to up to 6,000 metres. These will be equipped with manipulators, arms that can reach out and either attach some buoyancy to the submersible or potentially haul it up to the surface. But all those scenarios are really untested.
Ukrainian forces are reinforcing positions they've reached in areas of the southern front line after having what they've described as partial success fighting Russian forces. A military spokesman says the Ukrainians are moving towards the Russian-occupied cities of Melitopol and Berdyansk in the southeastern Zaporizhia region. He says Ukraine's also fighting to hold back in advance of Russian troops in the east, with heavy fighting reported near Lyman in the Donetsk region. Earlier this week, Ukraine said it had recaptured 8 villages in the occupied south. Heavy clashes have broken out between rival military factions in several parts of Sudan's capital after a 72-hour ceasefire expired. Witnesses have reported several violations shortly before the truce ended at 6 a.m. local time. Sudan's army and the paramilitary rapid support forces have been battling each other for more than 2 months, triggering widespread violence and causing more than 2.5 million people to flee their homes. The ceasefire was the latest of several brokered by Saudi Arabia and the United States. The WA government's introduced a bill to remove abortion from the state's criminal code. If the bill passes, Western Australia will become the final jurisdiction to decriminalise abortion and move it into healthcare legislation. Premier Roger Cook says the bill will bring the state in line with the rest of the country.
Western Australia, although it was an early adopter of decriminalising abortions, those laws have now fallen way behind in terms of community expectations. It is important that we modernise these laws to make sure women could actually access these sort of services.
The Chief Executive of the NT's Department of Industry, Tourism and Trades has told Senate estimates there's been an unacceptable wait for solar farms to be connected to the grid. Lillian Rangia reports.
Across the territory, multiple large-scale solar farms are sitting idle as they wait to be connected to the grid, some for up to 3 years. Energy and Renewables Minister Selena Yubo told estimates the NT government isn't rushing the process of connecting the farms to ensure the grid remains stable. Under questioning, CEO of the Department of Industry, Tourism and Trade, Sean Drabsch, acknowledged the delays aren't good enough.
No, it's not acceptable. It's taken far too long.
Mr Drabsch says new network technical codes and concerns about the grid's capacity have contributed to the wait.
Carmaker Ford says it's looking to cut 400 jobs, with most in Geelong. Ford says it's part of a global drive to improve efficiency and meet future needs. The planned cuts will amount to about 22% of its workforce in Australia. Unions say the redundancies are voluntary and won't take effect until September. Troy Knight from the Electrical Trades Union says workers are feeling frustrated with the lack of detail.
With the amount of work coming up for skilled trades, I'll have no issue placing them. But the issue that they have is that Fords is all they know. Fords is their life. So I suppose their mental health and their welfare is all we're concentrating at the moment.
The state opposition says the Andrews government in Victoria is hurting families by leaving the door open for serial killer Paul Denyer to reapply for parole. The opposition introduced a bill into Parliament for a specific law to stop Denyer from ever applying for parole again after it was denied last month. But Labor, the Greens and legalised cannabis MPs voted against the bill, with the government saying it's working on broader parole laws. Shadow Criminal Justice Reform Minister Brad Batten says the changes can't come soon enough.
It's not just about keeping Paul Denyer in jail. It's actually about the families that stand behind me today that have to relive that every single time that an application goes in.
And police have arrested a man southeast of Melbourne accused of setting a stolen car on fire after using it to ram a police vehicle. You're up to date with ABC News. You can get more news at any time by downloading the ABC Listen app.
Gruen is back for a brand new season, analysing advertising utilising AI, CGI, GPT on your ABC.
What the?
Engaging enhanced Will Anderson technology.
Unsubscribe.
It's the future. Real intelligence, artificially enhanced.
It's already here.
No actors, AI or actual, were harmed during the making of this promo.
It makes me feel so inhuman.
Gruen, Wednesday nights on ABC TV and streaming on ABC iView.
Hello, I'm Patrick Stack, and if you like great stories and you enjoy sport, then I reckon you need ABC Sport Daily in your life.
It was an extraordinary achievement to win a tight finish.
You know, a really big, important chip shot, and he turned to Wyndham Clark and said, you know, be an athlete.
Yeah, I think many Americans over the age of 25 would not be across the Cavender twins.
I think these cats have used up too many of their lives.
It's your daily sports conversation, and it's called ABC Sport Daily. Find us on the ABC Listen app.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2023 State of Origin Series.
Game 2.
There's a whistle from Ashley Klein, and State of Origin 2 is underway at Lang Park. Time off, says the referee, because Tom Trbojevic is down injured, and I think he's clutching in a wrist or arm. Down to the touchline we go, Johnny Gibb.
That's a torn pectoral, so it's shocking for not only Tom Trbojevic but New South Wales, Manly, and he had just a look of dejection on his face.
Last tackle Queensland, right in front of the southern post. Hunt goes right, Cherry Evans, a crossfield kick. Up they go. Go through the hands of Addo-Carr, and Ruben Cotter or Holmes. Holmes gets there first, but I don't know that he grounded it. He may have bombed it, Val Holmes. We're going to the bunker. Here's Ashley Klein.
I have no try.
Ball bounces in goal. All right, what happens next? Val Holmes comes after it.
Oh, no.
I reckon that slipped out of his fingers.
He's lost the ball. That's no try.
Oh, they're going to give this.
Valentine Holmes brings the ball down and enforces downward pressure on the ball.
They're giving that.
We have a decision.
It is a try to Valentine Holmes and for Queensland in the 9th minute. And just as they did in Adelaide, Queensland score first. Stab kick by Reece Walsh. Went straight to Crichton. Look out. Either Wales and dreadful kick by Walsh. Crichton over halfway. Jerry Evans getting after him. Jerry Evans, what a tackle. 16 metres out. Comes to the left, Grant. Then away to Reece Walsh. Got it away for Peter. Set it forward. I thought to Tabuai Kodo. Play on away to Tuilagi. He stepped past them to score. Tried it to Tuilagi. Queensland 8, New South Wales 0. Don't want to make too big a deal of it, but that pass was dead set forward by David Fafita.
I wish I could argue the point, Andrew, but it was blatant.
5 seconds left, one last play. Gets up and goes again, runs across field and he's caught. Queensland hold on. And they'll get a standing O here at Lang Park because they go into the sheds leading the series 1-0. And they lead game 2, 10 points to 0.
The 2023 State of Origin Series on your radio.
ABC Sport Digital Radio.
And on the ABC Listen app.
Here with Luke Lewis, Matthew Elliott, John Gibbs, I'm Andrew Moore here at Packland Park. And it's 10-0. Queensland leads New South Wales on the SMS 0467 920 222. Andrew, big forward pass in the Queensland second try. They are being allowed to hold on for another 2 to 3 seconds by comparison to the Blues. I think that might be a stretch. Is it only the HIA that brings in the 18th man? It can also be acts of foul play that can generate the 18th man.
That's correct, but it has to be 2.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I actually started thinking, how can you get Matt Burton on? Like, you nearly have to sort of rort the game here. Right, I know that happens, right? But you nearly have to get someone to go down with a HIA to get Matty Burton on because I think Damien Cook's lost, and you need Damien Cook in the middle of the field coming on, giving Reece Robson maybe a 5 or a 10 minute break, causing damage out of dummy half, and you need an expert centre out there. Matty Burton's the answer.
There'd be a Jeff Tooby style investigation, I would suggest. What New South Wales needs is a knock on and a forward pass try to even the ledger, says Brett in Far North Queensland. Tony from Raymond Terrace, why is our best hooker playing centre? Well, it's a great question. It's because Tom Trbojevic left the field early, and I guess there are alternatives. You could play
Murray. Put Murray on the field.
Why isn't Cameron Murray out there yet?
I don't get it. Put Cameron Murray on the field. Put him in centre. Get Damien Cook in the middle of the field, handling the ball around the middle of the field with this Queensland team is tired. I don't understand what's going on at the moment.
I'll challenge you just a little bit on this, Louis, but I think Reece Robson's been...
he's been outstanding.
I think he's been their best player.
And I reckon he can still play another 40, absolutely, but if you can give him a little 10-minute spell and get him back on, get Damien Cook just to cause a little bit of ruckus around the middle of the field with his running game, then get Robson back on. His service is brilliant, and he's doing a whole lot of work. He's been amazing out there, but you've got to give him a little bit of a break and then bring him back on so he's brilliant at the back end and cause some sort of damage through the middle. But at the moment, we just don't look dangerous enough.
Also on the SMS, Sandra and team, that pass would have been called forward even in rugby union, reckons Artie. Another says, then my Cowboys scored all tries so far. Speaking of Cowboys and Townsville, myself and John Gibbs are heading up there tomorrow for Women's Origin 2. We'll be on air from 7 p.m. at Townsville Stadium with Ashley Sartor on the touchline on debut, and Ash, well known to ABC listeners in Townsville, and is also happens to be the daughter of the great Laurie Spina. So looking forward to working with Ash and Gibbsy in Townsville tomorrow night from 7 o'clock. And then on Friday night, we're back in beautiful Wollongong for the kick-off to round 17 of the NRL season. I've had a blank. Is that Dragons Warriors on Friday night?
Correct.
It is. Okay, and Ben Hunt has been chosen to play despite all that's been going on away from the field. So the Blues are out there for the second half. Let's check with John Gibbs on the touchline. Gibbsy.
Yeah, they're out here, and Cameron Murray still is on the bench. I just had a chat to Tom Trbojevic, who's being comforted by his dad, John, and very disappointed. And he said, look, I knew straight away. Just when his dad Turin's leading the Queenslanders out on the field, this is going to be a really big ask in the second half, but they need to take their opportunities that present.
A torn pec too, Louis, that can be like 8 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, it could be longer. In some cases, not too sure how bad it is, but we can probably see Billy Army this year. He's still struggling. We might not see him back, towards
round 22.
Yeah. So it's a big injury. It's a tough one to come back from, and rehabilitation's got to be spot on as well.
So the kick-off to come here from New South Wales. 10-0 Queensland. They won game 1 in Adelaide, 26-18, before this sellout crowd here at Lang Park. With those 2 tries, Holmes and Tuolungi, the kick-off comes from Tedesco. And it's going to be taken by Cherry Evans running onto it. 14 out from his own line. Sends it left to Collins. And Lindsay Collins has scored 20 out from his own goal line in centre field. Plays the ball and they work it left away to Cotter. Strong run up to his own 30-metre line. He'll play the ball now. 20 metres in from the western touchline. Grant, short side left away to Fafita. Left Mitch Moses in his wake. And now he's bustled to the turf. 10 metres short of halfway. Courtesy of Yo, Luai and Triton. Munster drifts to his right towards centre field. Then Cherry Evans a show and go into Leon Martin, who dumps him to the deck. 12 metres short of halfway. He's told to play it to Grant. Grant goes himself out of dummy half. Can he beat the defensive Haas? No. He stepped past Luai, but he's taken 7 metres in Blues territory. Last tackle that comes to the left. Munster from 43 metres out puts up a high kick to the wing of To'o. Coming through is the Hammer. Hammer's got it, but he's tackled straight away by To'o. 10 out from the Blues goal line. Changeover. So a good first set from Queensland. 1 minute gone, second half. 10-0 to the Maroons. As now Queensland works it left, and To'o's got it 18 out from his own line. He's tackled there by Cotter. Plays the ball to Robson. Goes left to Adokar, who's barely been sighted. Tackled 23 out from his own line by Harry Grant. Now Damien Cook, dummy half. He gets the pass away left to Stefano Utokamano. He scored 34 out from his own goal line. Now Robson with a dummy. Takes on the defence. Only gained about 5 metres. He's trapped by Carrigan, 12 short of halfway in the 9. Now it's dummy half Tedesco. Goes left Luai. Cut out ball away to Damien Cook. Then off the wing came Xavier Coates to make the tackle. Also there was Cotter and Nene and Cherry Evans, 10 metres in Maroon's half on the last. It comes to the right with a high kick from Moses from 42 out. Down to Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh, great catch. And was he hit while he's in the air? No, says the referee. And he gets up and goes again. Reece Walsh up over the 30. Beats another 2. Beats Luai. Look out. To the 40. Dragged to the ground from behind. What a tackle by Tedesco. That may have saved the day. 38 metres out. Plays it. Grant. Long ball centre field left to Munster. He steps off the left foot away from Utokamano into Martin. Stefano comes back at him with half. 27 metres out from the line. It's 10-0 Queensland. 2 minutes 30 gone second half. Munster slowly plays the ball to Grant. Comes to the right to Cherry Evans, who steps. But he's going to be controlled and taken. There first up was Isaiah Yeo with Haas, 20 metres out. Crowd gets loud for Queenslander. Now Munster to the left. Carrigan short ball to Collins. Moses is there with Frizzell. Tackle made 11 out from the Blues goal line. Now Grant dummy half. Goes right Cotter. Linked up with Carrigan to Cherry Evans. Delayed pass. Reece Walsh sends it. What a half volley. And Valentine Holmes dives through the air. And he scores in the northeast corner. Queensland put a hand and maybe a finger around the shield. 3 gone second half. Queensland 14, New South Wales 0. Luke Lewis a double to Valentine Holmes.
Yeah, Valentine Holmes gets another try in this State of Origin arena, but put this right down to the start from Queensland. Their very first set, they went 70, 80 metres. They come up with a nice defensive set. Then that brilliant individual play there by Reece Walsh from fullback almost gets away himself and scores a brilliant individual try. But then when they went through their hands nicely over that left edge, they set up that right side perfectly. And then Reece Walsh once again gets a 3-on-2 opportunity, throws the ball over the top. Val Holmes has to pick the ball up around his ankles and finishes off absolutely perfectly in that right corner.
52,433 the sellout crowd here, Matthew Elliott, and that was loud when Val Holmes crossed.
Yeah, some great combination there through the Queensland middles and Carrigan and Ruben Cotter as well. Some nice ball play. One of the fundamental differences, Andrew, between the Queensland and New South Wales attack is the Queensland halves are playing and connecting together. New South Wales, you've got Luai and Moses on separate side, left and right, where you see much more connection between Munster and DCE, and I think that's making a huge difference.
Val Holmes lining it up from the touchline. Let's go down there now to you, Johnny Gibbs.
Well, just on that, this is the 13th time that Daly Cherry Evans and Cameron Munster have combined. That's equal with Langer and Lewis.
Wow.
So the only one that's in front of him is Thurston and Cronk. That's over 100 points now for Val Holmes in State of Origin, and 13 tries. He is third all-time behind Greg Inglis and Darian Boyd in State of Origin history.
Incredible. Here's Holmes, 28 metres out, a metre in from the eastern touchline to convert. He moves in, does Val Holmes. He strikes it. He likes it. He's kicked the goal, and Val Holmes is 2 out of 3. Queensland 16, New South Wales 0 with 4 minutes 30 gone in the second half. On the SMS, finally a fair score, 0467 920 222. Kano here, thanks to the Rugby League gods for you blokes, on a train from Naples to Rome at the moment. Couldn't get a stream working, been trying for the last hour, but then remembered I can listen to ABC Sport. Ready and settled in for the second half, up the Blues. Kano, that's great that you've gone to the trouble. We really, really do appreciate it. So now it's Queensland with a footy. Lindsay Collins brings it back 15 out from his own line, and wherever you are listening, it's great to have your company through ABC Sport and the Listen app and ABC Sports Digital. We're broadcasting through the UK, 5 Sports Extra, through the South Pacific Radio Australia. It's wonderful to be with you. And in centre field now, Queensland. They have it 28 metres out from their own line, leading by 16 points to 0. Cotter plays the ball and it comes to the right. Grant away to Nanai. He's wrapped up 15 metres short of halfway. 20 metres in from the eastern touchline. Played to Grant. Cherry Evans from inside the 40. It's across his body. It's not a good kick. It's very shallow and straight to Brian To'o. And he says thanks for that. A shocker from Cherry Evans. And To'o brings it up over halfway. Plays the ball to Crichton. And Munster's going to take him at marker. In comes Grant. 5 metres in Queensland territory. So can the Blues make the Maroons pay for that really poor kick, an uncharacteristic one from Cherry Evans. Now it's Frizzell. He's tackled 12 metres in Queensland territory. Queensland 16, New South Wales 0. 5:30 gone second half. Yo sends it left, Utogamanu, and he scored 30 metres on from out from the Queensland line. 20 in from the eastern touchline, Robson. Centre field right to Moses, then away Tedesco. A show and go by Jimmy, but straight into Munster and Fafita. 22 metres out from the line. Last tackle comes left. Mitchell Moses, the high kick. It looks well placed, but it's taken magnificently. A great catch by Xavier Coates in from the eastern wing. 4 out from his own line. 6 gone second half. Queensland leading by 16 points to 0, and they thwart the Blues in that particular attacking threat. And now on play 2, it's played by the winger, and that was Xavier Coates. They work at 14 out from their own line, Queensland. Grant at dummy half as Munster plays it. Sends it away to his left for Feeder. Well, Moses head rocked back as he tried to make that tackle, but he held on. Along two with Robson and Crichton, 20 out from the Queensland line. Comes right, Tabuai for Doe. Dummies his way into Haas. Caught still inside his 30 in centre field. Last tackle now for Queensland. As it's played, they go right, Cherry Evans. He gets the kick straight down the throat of Tedesco. Barely had to move. 27 out from his own line. Heads up over the 30. Got away from the 9 to Lindsay Collins. And he monsters his Roosters teammate. He'll play at 33 out from the Blues line. 33 left, Louis. 16-0, Queensland in front.
Yeah, well, New South Wales, they come up with a really nice defensive set there. That's what they've got to do. They can't look at the scoreboard and worry about what it is now. They're just got to play some footy and hopefully get a little bit of Matty's advice. Get the two halves together. And a good plus here now for New South Wales, Cam Murray on the field.
And he gets the first hit up, or his first hit up, as he runs into the defence, and he's taken by Fafita, and the ball's touched by Queensland. So it's a set at 6 again for New South Wales. It's raked out by the Maroons and regathered by Murray as Joe breaks free of Harry Grant, who's struggling a little out there tonight. Taken over the top by Carrigan, 26 out from the Maroons line. Robson dummy half, show and go into Collins, dragged down. 10 metres out from the Maroons goal line. He'll play the ball now. They come to the left, away running hard Murray, but he's upended 2 metres out, right between the southern goalposts. Robson comes right to Moses. Moses at the 10, got it away. Crichton takes on the defensive. Tabuai Padot beat him. Nearly gets there. He's a 15th out and a 15th in from the corner post. Last tackle Blues. Frizzell at dummy half. He spins it away to his left. Moses the cross-field kick. It's well short of the goal line, taken by Martin, got away to Luai, missed a poor attempt from Val Holmes, who then gets his hands to the ball. Val Holmes has just presented another six, misses another tackle, Val, as the Blues are only 12 metres out. 8 minutes 30 to go, gone second half. Queensland 16, New South Wales 0, but another golden opportunity presented to the Blues here as Murray's caught 5 metres out, right in front of the post. He'll play the footy. Robson goes left, Luai, then a poor tip on by Damien Cook for Addo-Carr, and the ball bounces over the eastern touchline. So the Maroons survive again, Luke Lewis. They'll have a play the ball, 16 out from their own line. Queensland 16, New South Wales 0, 9 gone second half.
Yeah, well, the two Queensland wingers are doing a really good job in defence. They're getting up their stain in their structure, but when they feel like they're under the pump and New South Wales have got them beat for numbers, they rush in and put a lot of pressure on. That means the last pass has to be spot on and well executed, and New South Wales just can't do it at the moment. And that time there, he tips it on, tries to find Addo-Carr, goes over the sideline, but brilliant work there by Coates.
I'll say this out loud, Louis, that the New South Wales team are going to have to score through individual brilliance because their connected play with each other through their halves is not creating any danger at all for Queensland.
From the play the ball, Queensland, Fodawaker on there. He plays the ball and it comes right. Carrigan caught 33 out from his own goal line. Fafita gets a breather for the Maroons. Now Hunt goes right. Cherry Evans away to Nanai. Right foot step into the defence, and he's pushed to the ground by Cook. And also in there was Martin and Luai, 10 short of halfway. Grant fires a long ball left to Munster. Short ball Lindsay Collins. He's cut down 6 short of halfway. Half an hour to go. And it's 16-0 to the Maroons. Munster sends it into Walsh, but he's cut down very quickly by Frizzell. 8 metres in Blues territory on the last. Grant, short side left to Munster. Then away, Tabuai-Fidow. Kick over the top by Tuolungi. Back there is Payne Haas. But getting there first is Tabuai-Fidow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's hammer time! What a kick! Great chase by Tabuai-Fidow! Try to Queensland! Is that the series? 29 and a half left. Queensland 20, New South Wales 0 as Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, Luke Lewis, gets his third try of the series.
Yeah, brilliant work by Cam Munster to go down that short side. Beautiful little pass. The tip on from Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, absolutely brilliant. And then a little kick back on the inside there from Tuolungi. And then Hamiso, he's so good at scoring tries. He gets the bounce and dives over as easy as you like. The only man back there for New South Wales, the big front row, Payne Haas, he tried everything he possibly could, but the bounce, it just took that left-hand bounce, went away from him, and Hamiso the man on the spot.
Matthew Elliott, great kick from Tuolungi. I mean, that was perfect. And a wonderful chase by Tabuai-Fidow.
Absolutely, Andrew, and the creation of that was that intuitive connection between Harry Grant and Cameron Munster. It was the last play, and they go down that short side as Toto's just slightly dipped back there waiting for the early kick, and a nice exchange of play down that left-hand short side. Payne Haas racing back there, but you can't beat that man to the ball, and we see the great Dolphin signal as he scores a try.
A fin up? Is that what you're suggesting?
Oh, what he said is your language out loud, but you can't say it yet.
Tony says, please, Louis, take up the job after Freddie goes after this series. That's Tony in Parks. 0467 920 222. Val Holmes, 26 metres out. 10 in from the western touchline. I love the hammer. I know he plays for Queensland. I love him. Here comes Holmes, strikes it off the upright, no goal. He's 2 out of 4. 20 points to 0 to Queensland. Let's go down to the touchline. John Gibbs.
Well, he's only in his third game to hammer, and that's his 4th try. He's a try-scoring freak. I want to give some credit to Payne Haas. He was the only bloke back there. He has just worked tirelessly. He hasn't got a break tonight. He ran for nearly 120 metres and made 30 tackles in the first half, and yet he was still back there. But that was beautiful to watch. And the message from Billy Slater at half-time, it's all been happening, was don't go into your cell, keep playing rugby league, and that's exactly what they're doing. They've now extended that lead to 20-0.
2 great tries in 8 minutes, Gibbs. Here's the kickoff is taken by Reece Walsh. 5 out from the Queensland line. Gives it left to Mweki Fodawaker. And he's tackled 17 now from his own line. Payne Haas played 51 minutes in Adelaide. He's already been out there for 52 minutes tonight. And as Gibbsy said, he was the man chasing. But it was such a great kick by Tuolungi and chased by Tabuai-Fidow. Now Queensland outside the 20s. It comes left to Lindsay Collins, who's been mighty off the bench. And he's tackled 30 metres out from his own line by Frizzell and Robson. Plays the ball to Grant. Short ball left Fodawaker. Good strong run up over the 40. Haas is there in defence. with Martin 8 metres short of halfway. Plays the ball to Grant. He comes centre field left. Shorthand from Cotter away to Collins. He's tackled 3 metres in New South Wales territory. 27 and a half left. Queensland 20, New South Wales 0. To the left, Munster from 45 metres out. Puts up a high kick. Tedesco coming after. He's surrounded. Ball goes loose. Getting back there is To'o. He's got it for the Blues. 7 out from his own line. That was a precarious position they were in. And To'o eventually takes Tabuai-Padow with him to the 10-metre line. Plays it quickly. Comes left to Crichton. Tabuai-Padow again there with Grant and Collins. 18 out from the New South Wales line. Louis, they've lifted again, Queensland, after that try.
Yeah, they have. It was a really nice step with the ball. But I tell you what, the pit, that many jerseys in that kick chase from the Queensland side. All there's 5 guys lining up for it to put pressure on Tedesco. That's a big sign.
Now Payne Haas nearly burst free, but he's taken eventually by Holmes. And Grant 2 short of halfway, 15 in from the eastern touchline, played to Robson, comes to the right, and hitting the ball up there was Murray. Cam Murray tackled 10 metres in Queensland territory. He plays the ball to the right. Moses got it away to Martin. Martin ran over the top of Munster, who did well to hold on with help from the hammer. 32 out from the Maroons line, 15 in from touch, western side, played on the last. Crichton goes left, Moses puts up the high kick, coming down well short of the line, and the ball bounces back for Luai, 22 metres out. He stops, props, then straight, there's no one there. Got away from Cherry Evans, Walsh to beat, dragged down 5 metres out. Chankovar. Queensland survive again. 14 gone second half, Matthew, and it's 20 points to 0 to Queensland.
Yeah, look at the Queensland's rally around Reece Walsh there for that great tackle on Luai, and we've got a little bit of a captain's challenge, Andrew.
To claim Holmes knocked on. Here's Ash.
The on-field ruling is a last tackle handover. They believe that Val Holmes has put himself in a position and the ball's touched him for 6 again.
There's no doubt, Louis, he'd almost planted his feet, Val Holmes.
Contact as well on Jerome.
He didn't plant, he didn't try to play at it.
It's cleared as onside.
Yeah, no.
But he didn't try and get out of the way either.
Absolutely not. I'm just getting the replay as we speak. He doesn't take his eyes off it, Val Holmes. Cook comes through. He jumps up nice and early. I reckon he loses the ball, and it comes off Cook's arm. It does not touch.
There's no touch from Queensland playing on to this point.
Blues challenge will be gone.
Clear the tackle.
The only reason Val Holmes actually pulled out of it because he lost the ball when Damien Cook jumped in front of him. So he's pulled out. It's actually worked in his favour. But
now they're checking contact on Luai.
Yeah, it was a bit of a might have been a little bit of a choke there by Reece Walsh. Bit of a little choker hold, but that's fine.
Just under the chin from Reece Walsh.
Takes a grip around the neck of Jerome Luai.
So that will be a penalty, judging by
New South Wales will retain their challenge. Will lose their challenge based on the no knock-on, but we'll be restarting with a penalty against Reece Walsh.
Right, so the Blues challenge is gone, but it will be a penalty to New South Wales 5 metres out instead of field, Matthew.
I'm going to put that down as a piggyback rather than a choke, Andrew. He jumped on his back and brought him down. I didn't see him really make contact with the neck, but play on. The Queenslanders are obviously agreeing with me, but we've got a couple of calls go our way tonight, so let's get over it.
And Reece Walsh has just been put on report as well in the 55th minute. First player of the night.
I'd love to see New South Wales go a point a minute now. Next 25 minutes would be nice to see.
Of course you would. They'll take the tap. 7 metres out. Robson sends it left to Payne Haas. He's 2 metres out. I'll tell you what, Brad Fittler at the moment would settle for 1. Billy Slater's enjoying the 0. Queensland 20 to 0. Moses on the inside to Liam Martin. Dragged to the ground. Desperate defence once more coming from Cotter and Munster and Grant. 8 out from the line. Robson goes centre field left to a dummying Yo, and he's taken by Petawaka 6 metres out from the Queensland line. The crowd makes plenty of noise again as Hart backs his way into Collins and Grant, but 2 metres out from the goal line. 25 minutes to play. Robson sends it along the ground to Liam Martin. Munster's there, but a two-hand pass away. Murray sends a wrap-around ball to Hudson Young. Hudson Young beats one, but now he's taken 11 metres out by Carrigan and Grant. Right in centre field on the last. Comes right Moses. Cross-field kick. Beautifully placed. Up they go. It's taken and then lost by Crichton. Queensland dive on the ball. 2 out from their own line. 2 in from touch. Southwest touchline as Tuolangi plays it. Comes right to Cotter. John Gibbs on the touchline. The Queenslanders' ability to absorb pressure is quite something.
It's been incredible. Great defence there. Great scrambling defence. When you look at all the statistics, Tom Turbo going off in the 4th minute aside. Queensland to be leading by 20-0 is just amazing.
Tino Fa'asuamala, are we about to come back on for the Maroons, who are on their own 20. Grant goes left to a scheming Munster, but he runs into Crichton and Moses and one other defender down low. 28 out from the Maroons goal line, and it's the last. Played to Grant, comes right, Cherry Evans. Couple of shocky kicks in the first half, and this one is down the throat of Tedesco, just inside the 30, brings it back into Nanai, and also Fadawake, a great chase and tackle, 12 short of halfway. 16 minutes, 30 gone second half, as Junior Barlaw comes back onto the field. That's their 6th interchange, I believe, and Payne Haas gets a breather after 56 and a half minutes. Luai dummy half, goes right to Brian To'o. Carrigan's there with Grant in defence, and Nanai, 8 metres in Queensland territory. He plays the ball, Robson. Short ball right to Isaiah Yeo. If you've just joined us with Trebojevic off, Damien Cook's been playing left centre for all but the first 3.5 minutes. Now Robson to the left, Tedesco to Luai. Gee, that looked forward to Liam Martin. Play on, Liam sends it along the deck. Robson ducks underneath one, then gets the pass back, and he's going to race away and score. Damien Cook. He got past 2. Including Harry Grant, and Damien Cook's over. But like the first try, or rather the second try to Queensland, that looked a dubious pass in the lead-up. Try to Cook, 22 minutes 40 to go. Queensland 20, Luke Lewis, New South Wales 4.
Yeah, I think the pass was all right. Luai gets hit off the ball and sort of gives that illusion like it was forward. It was a really nice hole that was run there by Hudson Young, but great anticipation there from Damien Cook, just to be pushing around, waiting for some loose ball, comes off the ground, and then just that speed and that beautiful, nice little sort of swerving run that he's got. He gets into the backfield, and you're never going to stop him when he's got that much space close to the line. And New South Wales, well, they're finally on the board. Is that enough to spark him to continue to score point for point as this clock slowly ticks down?
Yeah, well, that's what we see. Damien Cook in the middle third of the field, Luke, picks up a loose ball with broken defence. There's only one result.
Crichton, 12 out in front, kicks the goal. So it's now 20 points to 6. Queensland over New South Wales. He might be out of position, John Gibbs, but Damien Cook reminds us how quick and elusive he is.
Oh, he's had a pretty good game. There's been a couple of situations in where he would have liked to have been a polished centre, where he's had to tip the ball on. He's been under pressure. That's really good defence though by the Queensland wingers that have run in and really rushed the New South Wales centres. But he's done a good job in an unfamiliar position, and that's his 3rd try in his 16th game. It had been eight games since he scored, but can there be some sort of revival? 20-6, 14 points behind, 22 minutes to go.
Well, we've seen it repeatedly in the NRL this year, and if Origin is a progression of that, yes. If New South Wales can score next, it'll open this game up, particularly in the last 15 minutes.
Fa'asuamala comes back on now for Queensland with 21 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Here's the kick-off from Reece Walsh. Plenty of hang time. Caught by Moses, 5 out from the Blues line. Gives it left away to Junior Barlaw. And he's tackled 12 metres out from his own goal line. Reminder, we're back on air tomorrow night from 7 p.m. at Townsville Stadium for Women's Origin 2. And if you loved what happened in the cricket over the next 5 days, the Women's Ashes starts with a test tomorrow night. Live coverage there on Sports Digital and the ABC Listen app on the red cricket button. So now the Blues, and it's a 5-day test, I believe, this one. 32 out from their own line. Murray goes to the right. Moses Martin through a bad pass, but it bounces up now for To'o down the right touchline into Munster, and also there is Tuolangi, caught right on halfway. 5 in from touch on the western side. Blues with it. Queensland leading though, 20 points to 6. Now Murray goes out left to Luai, trying to create the overlap, but Holmes and Cherry Evans shut it down. Mind you, good leg ride by Luai. Gets 9 metres in Queensland territory. 12 in from the eastern touchline on the last for the Blues. Cook goes right for Moses. Floats up a high kick down to Reece Walsh. The chase is coming on. Reece Walsh took the catch and gets absolutely hammered by Cam Murray. 14 out from his own goal line. Plays it to Munster. He works it right to Xavier Coates. But Coates is going to be flung to the deck by Addo-Carr and Cook, and nearly ragdolled over the touchline. Got the pass back to Cherry Evans, who's dumped to the ground by Hudson Young. 15 out from the Queensland line. Plays the ball and comes open side left to Munster. He's taken on the line a lot, Cam Munster, but here he wishes he didn't because he's driven back. The Blues have lifted here after scoring the try. Queensland lead 20 points to 6. Comes centre field left, Fodawaker. That's the run the Maroons needed. It's a beauty. 28 out from his own line centre field, taken by Barlaw and Murray. Now Grant goes to the left away to Lindsay Collins. Ran straight through Moses, who comes back at him with Crichton. 7 short of halfway. Last tackle. Grant goes right to Cherry Evans. Kicks it from outside the 40. A couple of bounces. Trapped by Tedesco. 14 out from his own line. Gets over the 20. Heads to the 30. The kicking game from Queensland's dropped off a bit in this second half. 20 minutes gone. 20 minutes left, second half. Queensland 20, New South Wales 6. Luke Lewis.
Oh, they get the penalty. The Blues, they needed it there. I think Queensland were, it was high, that's right. Mitch Moses is trying to take the quick kick, the touch, so they can get upfield, but that's exactly what they needed, the Blues. What I like from the Blues is when they go to their back row and they set up a wide shift, they've got to continue to ask those questions. They keep getting the numbers right at the moment, New South Wales, so they've got to keep asking that question.
Blues fine touch, 10 metres in Queensland territory. Cook the tap, goes left to right, Luai to Murray. He's dumped 36 metres out from the Maroons line, 19 to go. Queensland 20, New South Wales 6. Blues with it, comes right Barlaw, then away to Moses, turns it on the inside to Tedesco, and he's going to be caught by Cotter and Farsul Malaawi. The player penalised for the high shot. 24 out from the Maroons goal line, plays the ball Crichton, centre field left, Yo away to Murray. Collins is there with a tackle, 16 metres out, and so too is Jeremiah Nanai. Dummy half Robson comes to the right. Moses, short ball away. Barlaw sends it out the back now for Crichton. And he's caught by Munster and Farsul Malaawi. 14 out from the Maroons line, 20 in from the Western touchline, southern end. Dummy half Robson, pass juggled by Moses, puts in a kick, comes off Lindsay Collins' legs, and Lindsay's away. Dragged down 29 out from his own line, 18 and a half to go. Maroons 20, Blues 6, Queensland with it. It comes away to Munster, drifts across field away from Luai, got the pass to his right to Val Holmes. He straightens into the defence and he's going to be taken by Young and Cook. 6 short of half. 15 in from touch on the eastern side. Tom Flegler back on for the Queensland side. So now the Maroons work it up into New South Wales territory. Collins has come off. What an effort by him. Nanai plays the ball to Grant. Spins it left to Munster. Then out the back to Reece Walsh. Delayed pass was to Hammerside. Tabuai-Pado. Great tackle by To'o from behind. 27 out from the line. 5 in from the western touchline at the northern end. He plays the ball to Alangi. Swings it to the right. Munster to Grant. Then away to Cherry Evans. Dummies right foot step. Tackled 18 out from the New South Wales line. Last tackle Queensland. They lead 20 points to 6. Grant centre field left to Munster. Switches the kick down to the right. Taken by Damien Cook. And he's shoved back in the in-goal area. Great kick by Munster, great chase by Coates and the kicker of the football, Munster. He steps up in big periods all the time, Cameron Munster. A line drop out Blues, Matthew, and Queensland gets another set.
I'll add to that statement, great catch by Damien Cook as well under immense pressure, even though he does get driven back into the in-goal area. This is a massive part of the game, Andrew. If New South Wales are going to stay in this game, they really need to hold out Queensland this set.
Yes, I saw that too, Louis. Here's the short line drop out from Mitch Moses. It goes too deep though, taken by Tabuai-Pado, 22 out from the line, runs into Crichton and To'o, and the Maroons start this set 18 metres out, 8 metres in from touch at the northern end, western side. Grant goes right to Munster, turns it back into Reuben Cotter, and Cotter's taken there by Barlaw and then lifted in a dangerous position, and a penalty goes to Queensland. This is the Maroons' second of the night, and it's 13 metres out, 19 metres in from touch, time off with 16 and a half to go. Leading by 14. What's the play here?
Well, Luke Lewis and I aren't agreeing. I'm saying play on. Luke's saying take the 2.
And it's play on. Grant the tap. Goes right. Flegler. Runs into Barlaw and Murray. 8 metres out from the line. I know Gibbsy probably won't like it. We'll check in with Jonty in a moment. It's played to Grant. Comes to the right. Away, not a good pass. Munster had to go down on both knees. He did catch it, though, cleanly. And now he's going to be taken by Yo and 2 others. 8 metres out. Robson was involved. Slowly to his feet, Munster. Plays it to Grant. Gives it left to Farsul Malaawi. He's taken only 2 metres out with Murray down low. Barlow over the top. Queensland 20. New South Wales 6. Munster. Goes right. Cherry Evans. Cut out pass to Walsh. Beats one. Gives it away down the wing to Xavier Coates. He put a cape on his back. He flew through the air and somehow got it down for the Maroons. 15 and a half Queenslanders are on their feet. Queensland 24, New South Wales 6. 3 converted tries the distance of the difference with a kick that come from the eastern touchline.
Yeah, well, too good, Queensland. Beautiful work here by Reece Walsh. He's been really, really good tonight. He gets through the backfield. I actually thought he was going to go himself to try and get a try, but unselfishly just passes the ball to the coach, and he just does what he does best, and he gets the ball down in that corner. And I tell you what, well, taking the tap definitely paid off there for Queensland. 24-6 kick to come, and they have been absolutely brilliant tonight.
Matthew Elliott.
Yeah, great description of the end of that play, Luke, but I just want to take you back. First receiver, Cameron Munster, digs in the line, plays out the back to Cherry Evans. He digs in the line and creates that space for Reece Walsh. But the finish, the athleticism of wingers, Coates in particular this time, mind-blowing.
The Maroons' 5th try, touchline we go, John Gibbs.
And the 3rd in his 7th game there for Xavier Coates, who came in, of course, as a replacement for Selwyn Cobbo. That was beautiful work, really good stuff there, and they've scored out wide. That was a great finish. They've just shown again on replay. I just want to say that I'd like to be the president of the Lindsay Collins fan club.
Oh, what a game.
What an Origin player. You talk about 1%ers and all of those things that are state of origin centric. He just does them, and he's done them in every game he's played. 8 games of state of origin, bar maybe the one he got knocked out last year.
Yeah, that's right, very early on. More than making up for it in 2023. Val Holmes has kicked 2 from 4, 5 from 9 in the series. That's low for Val. And he's right on the touchline, 28 metres out. He strikes it. He likes it. He's kicked it. He's 3 out of 5. Queensland 26, New South Wales 6, 14 minutes and 7 seconds to go. How do they possibly get run down from here, the Maroons at home? It's almost impossible to envisage. 26-6. Same amount of points they scored in Adelaide. But their desperation defence on the goal line has been something else. 3 tries in the second half. Already here they come. Tony says, thanks for the memories, Freddie, but it's time to move on. Fittler out, sends James at Galarganbone. Short kick-off knocked on by the Blues, and Queensland will get a scrum feet. No, did he say Queensland got there first? Yeah, he has. So knock on both ways, but it was Val Holmes, I think, put it down, and the Blues will get a scrum feet, 34 out from the Queensland line. You can't take your eyes off it for a sec.
No, you can't, but that was right. Queensland, they almost got the bounce back, but offside. I actually thought he was offside there, Jeremiah Nene, but not to be. Here's New South Wales, though. You get another opportunity to get some more points on the board. They'll want to finish this game off strong. It's very important not to give up. Origin, it doesn't matter if you're behind. You've got to play for the whole 80.
The Blues win the scrum, and it comes right from Luai away to Liam Martin. Strong run with 3 Queenslanders on his back. 24 out from the Maroons line, 13 and a half to go. Queensland 26, New South Wales 6. Moses sends the ball inside, and Murray runs into Flegler and Basur Malaawi. And also in there was Nene, 11 metres out. They ripped the ball. That was a dumb penalty from Tino. Penalty goes to the Blues. The penalties are 7-2 in favour of New South Wales. And the tap taken. Basur Malaawi was that far offside. Had he run into him, that's nearly a sin bin. 3 metres out the Blues. Played to Robson. Short ball left. They go without it. Hudson Young knock on. Queensland survive again. The mistake from Hudson Young. Queensland to get a scrum feed, Matthew. 10 out from their own line, leading 26-6 with 12 and a half to go.
Yeah, Robson comes out of there. I can't blame Hudson Young too bad. It wasn't the best pass as he fades off, but you can just see the frustration starting to mount on this New South Wales team. They've put in so much effort. They've had great intent. But it's just the poise of Queensland in key moments that leaves the scoreline as it is.
Andrew, listening to you on a flight from Sydney to Brisbane. Fiddler, Alexander and John shouldn't be allowed anywhere near the Blues team ever again. Why would you put Cook in the centres when Cam Murray has played centre in finals quite well? I could go on, but these people are incompetent and are cruelly New South Wales, reckons Peter at Petersham. Here's the Maroons, 19 out from their own line. The post-mortem will be loud. It'll be thick and fast as the Queenslanders have it on their own 30-metre line through Basur Malaawi in centre field. Takes his time getting to his feet. Plays the ball to Grant. Short ball comes right to Flegler. Barlaw is one of 3 defenders there to push him down with Robson. 10 short of halfway. 11 minutes 30 to go. And Queensland is going to win the Shield again. Cherry Evans goes right to Walsh. Passes it off the ground to Harry Grant. Goes for a rare run this evening, and he's tackled half a metre short of halfway. Right in centre field by Barlaw, played to Cherry Evans. He takes off from dummy half, fends away from Luai and Young, and now tackled 36 out. Great run by Cherry Evans. Last tackle, Queensland, played to Grant. Centre field left to Munster. The kick from 35 metres out again to the wing of To'o. Tabuai-Padow coming through. Up he goes, comes down with it again. A little dribble out the back, but he's deemed a knock on by Ashley Klein. Change over to the Blues, 10 out from their own line. There's 11 minutes left. And Tabuai-Padow clutching at his left hamstring momentarily, and he's walking back to position very stiff-legged. And what do we got here? Here's Ashley Klein.
From Queensland, they dispute that Moeaki doesn't knock the ball enough the ball's past him.
Okay, so a Queensland challenge with 11 minutes to go. Maroons 26, Blues 6.
Yeah, just looking at Hamiso though, I think it's a cramp. I wouldn't have too much to worry about. I think he's trying to stretch it out. He's getting some electrolytes in, but what about their compete, the Queenslanders? They're still going up. They're 26 points, or 20 points in front. Oh, does he knock it on to...
Hamiso Tabuai-Padow knocks the ball forward, hits Brian To'o's arm.
Yep.
The challenge is unsuccessful.
Queensland's challenge is done, but they lead 26-6 with 11 to go.
Did give him a time to get those electrolytes into him, Louis. I do want to give Billy Slater a quick wrap here. He has changed their defensive structure slightly tonight. We didn't see those wingers wedging in on game one, and I think it's rattled the New South Wales attack.
Well, just make sure your skill's got to be spot on out the back. That centre pass has got to be spot on. If you don't get it right, well, then it's always an error.
Robson goes left to Payne Haas. Jeremiah Nanai got him in the ribs and drew him back. 15 out from the New South Wales goal line. The ball's going to be played, and it comes to the left. Away now for the Blues to Young, and Hudson Young's taken 28 out from his own line. 20 metres in from the eastern touchline by Pasua Malaawi. Robson awaits at dummy half. Fires it away centre field right. Yo takes them on up the middle to Fodawaker and Grant and Flegler. And he's tackled 13 metres short of halfway. Now played Robson. Short ball comes left away. And dumbing his way across field, Tedesco into Cherry Evans, but nothing doing. 2 short of halfway. On the last. Comes right Moses, 4 short of halfway. Wobbly looking kick that Reece Walsh curiously allows to bounce, and it goes all the way into the southeast corner, and I tell you what, it was a good decision. Goes touch in goal. 20 metre tap Maroons. 7 tackles set with 10 to go. Queensland 26, New South Wales 6, down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, that was probably, what's happened all night, Andrew. They've had the bounce of the ball, it's gone for them, and Reece Walsh there, he was bamboozled, let it go, and the ball went touch and goal, so 7 tackle restart. This has been a ferocious match. It's been there's been plenty of good attacking play, but some of the tackling has been awesome.
Munster on play 2. He's caught 9 metres short of halfway by Murray. Plays the ball, comes right to Fasua Malaawi, running off Grant. Taking a metre in Blues territory. 9 minutes 10 to go, and then Maroons fans, you can start celebrating if you haven't already. Cherry Evans spins it left to Munster, who slips and falls. And then jumping on top of him there for the Blues was Liam Martin. 39 out from the Blues line in centre field, northern end Grant. Comes right Fodawaker with a right foot step into Yo and half. And he stands in the tackle, 29 metres out. Dummy half Grant goes himself, goes to the right, Pasua Malaawi. He's going to be taken 15 out from the goal line by Young and Luai and Yo. Plays it on the last 13 out. Cherry Evans puts in a stab kick. Back towards centre field. It's too deep. 20 metre tap for New South Wales. 7 tackles set. 8.5 to go. Lou Ennis, 26-6, the Maroons in front.
Yeah, the man back there again, Payne Haas, is everywhere for New South Wales. He continues to try, but that kick there wasn't the right kick there for Queensland. But I tell you what, they've been absolutely brilliant. You've got to admire the way they're playing.
So now it's the Blues on their own 30. Centre field right, it comes to Brian To'o, and he's caught 12 short of halfway. Plays the ball in centre field to Robson. Goes left to Addo Carr. Caught by Nanai. I'm really surprised he's still out there. 3 short of halfway. Plays the ball, Robson. Comes centre field right to Yo. Then away to Moses, to Martin. It's got through Munster. Fires a one-hander back to Mitch Moses. He straightens, taken by Grant down low. Pasua Malaawi over the top. 9 metres in Queensland territory, and then Mitch Moses is deemed to have lost the football. Queensland will get a scrum feed. Could have probably said this a while ago. Oh no, we'll wait for the challenge first. It's a matter of course. Ashley Klein's hands go in the air, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, the captain's challenge for New South Wales, just needing the decision of a lost ball.
Is it desperation? Moses was pretty adamant as soon as he got to his feet and it was deemed to be a knock-on. Fasil Malaawi has his hand on Mitchell's
Moses
hand.
loses possession of the ball. The challenge is unsuccessful.
That's a horrible challenge.
That's right up there amongst the top few, and I think because of that challenge, it is time to say, game, set, series, Matthew. The Queenslanders have done it again.
Absolutely, Andrew, and there's been some key performances by the Queenslanders, particularly by their leaders. I think Cameron Munster has certainly, they've changed, in DC, they've changed roles. It's Munster that's been steering the ship, and Daly Cherry Evans has come up with some brilliant play tonight, but there were some key players in the New South Wales side. I love James Tedesco, but he's been absent tonight.
I don't understand what he's playing at. From Queensland, they win the scrum, and Ruben Cotter got past one, taken 5 metres in Blues territory. 20 metres in from the western touchline, plays it to Grant, comes to the right to Munster, away to Fasil Malaawi, steps in field. Yo is there with Murray in defence, 38 metres out from the Blues goal line. Munster dummy half, 26-6 the Queenslanders. Munster nearly breaks them. Then a magical flick past 27 away to Ben Hunt, who's back out there. Way to Fasil Malaawi, just jogs to his left, still stands and delivers back to Reece Walsh, still 30 metres out. A quadruple cut out a pass to Nanai. Then a tip on by Val Holmes, goes on the ground, scooped up now on that right wing by Xavier Coates, and they lost about 20 metres in all of that. They also killed a minute off the clock, I reckon, in that one play. 5 metres in Blues territory. Back to the left, Potawaker, making the most of his opportunity back in Queensland colours. Tackled 36 metres out from the Blues line. Plays the ball to Hunt. Comes to the left. Cherry Evans to Munster. Out the back to a running Walsh. Cut out ball finds the wing of Tuolangi, but he's upended by To'o. 24 out from the Blues line. 9 in from the western touchline. Last tackle. Munster the big crossfield kick looking for Coates. He's flying through. The ball's taken, then dropped and dived on by Nanai. Cook caught it. Cook dropped it. Nanai put it down. 6 minutes, 7 to go. The Roans get their 6th. Jeremy Nanai takes advantage of the Damien Cook drop ball. Queensland 30, New South Wales 6. Luke Lewis, it's an origin thrashing.
It is an origin thrashing, and Queensland, well, we've been talking about it all night, but they've been competing on every play, and they're up by a whole heap here. Beautiful little kick there by Munster. Damien Cook actually does a great job to catch the ball, but he gets taken out by his own mate, slams down on his back, and he can't hold the ball. It's a tough one to hold there. It just pops straight out. Oh, it's a big shot. And then Jeremy Nene, the man on the spot, scores a simple try.
When you say it's a big shot, it was from Addo Carr.
His own teammate.
Yeah, Addo Carr collided with Coates, who was coming through, and then bounced into poor Damien Cook gets tossed upside down, and Jeremiah Nanai just following through in the backfield, slams the ball down, and Queensland puts some icing on the cake, Andrew.
30-6, touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, he scored plenty of tries in the NRL, Jeremiah Nene, and that is his first state of origin. So well done, 4 games, 1 try, and well done to also Billy Slater. He joins Kevin Walters, Mal Meninga and Arthur Beetson as winning their first 2 series in charge. And look at the stats, 4 out of 5 origins he's won.
Billy Slater, unreal. Here's Holmes, 23 out, 15 in from the eastern touchline. He's kicked 3 from 5. 4 minutes 42 left. It's all Queensland. Holmes strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal, his 4th of the evening. It's 32 points to 6. Queensland over New South Wales on the SMS. Tim says, hey Andrew, great call, very disappointed. Time for Fittler to go. Lawrence at Gladstone, big shout out to Brent in Scone and go the Maroons. Artie says, Andrew and team, how good of a second half could it have been if it was 0-0 at half time as it should have been? You might be right, Artie, but mate, my honest opinion is that is too good for New South Wales, this Queensland team. Great to see Hunt back out there, says John. Let's hear the call again, please, Andrew, from Tony at Bundaberg. Now you want another GSP? How about we do it at full time? Here's Queensland, 33 out from their own line. The short kick off, and it's caught beautifully by Xavier Coates. Now it's played and it comes centre field left to Fasua Mala'awi, just right across field. Now he straightens and caught 13 short of halfway. 4 minutes 16 to go. Queensland will be looking for a sweep in Sydney. Here's a forward pass, fair dinkum, and that went 8 k's forward from Hamaso Tabuai Fado away to Murray Tuolangi there on that one. Scrum feed to the Blues. 9 metres in Queensland territory, 4 minutes left. Queensland 32, New South Wales 6, but they're all smiles out there, the Maroons.
Except for Benny Hunt. He's still blowing up. He goes, go forward. Game's not over. Still 3.5 minutes on the clock. Go forward. You could see him screaming out what he wanted his teammates to do. So this goes to show Queensland they want to continue this game for the whole 80.
Slater should be proud of that line defence, says John. Game was over at half-time, writes another. 2 old Queenslanders enjoying the call in Canberra while we sync the call with a vision. Go the Maroons, Willie. We appreciate you going to that trouble. So the Blues, 11 metres in Queensland territory. Luai, short ball goes right to Liam Martin. He's tackled 32 away from the Maroons line. The Maroons can celebrate in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Play to Robson, goes right to Yo. He takes them on up the middle and Fasua Mala'awi dumps him 29 out and he lost the ball. There's some effort for you in the 77th minute and the Queensland race in from everywhere to hug the man who made the tackle, Big Tino. It's a Queensland scrum feed. There's 3 minutes to go and John Gibbs, you mentioned often how brutal the defence have been. It's still going with 3 minutes left.
Well, as Louis said, Ben Hunt, it was here. You could, Zane and I were watching him absolutely lay it down to the hammer and also on the outside to Lungi. He said, go forward, boys. As Louis said, he is up them for the rent. This has been an incredible effort by Queensland and they've just been too good. I know that they had some things go their way. The injury to Tom Trebojevic, all of those things. That happens. You've got to face the adversity. As you said, Andrew, they've just been too good.
Now the Maroons win the scrum and it comes to the right edge through Munster. He must have had 25 carries tonight, Cam Munster. 11 short of halfway. You're on that page, boys. Just see how many times he's hit it up. Here it comes away to Flegler and he's tackled a metre short of halfway. 2 minutes 10 to go and it's a lost ball from Flegler. Picked up by New South Wales and they have it through Young. 38 metres out from the Queensland line. Ball's going to be played now to Reece Robson. He can hold his head up high for sure. Out it comes to the right to Luai. Moses. Martin on the right edge, but Munster comes across. He's there. Did you manage to look that up?
Yeah, he's carried the ball for 159 metres and 13 carries.
Ball's played 31 out to Crichton. Goes left to Moses. Back on the inside to Isaiah Yo. 90 seconds to go. And the Maroons will have the series wrapped up. Robson goes to his left to Moses, turns it back in Tedesco, and Fasua Mala'awi's got him. Boy, oh boy, but it's a penalty going to New South Wales. Was that a cannonball or a hip drop?
Yeah, he wrapped around the back of his legs there. It was a one-on-one tackle. I reckon that's always a tough call when you do that. Your momentum gets you there. But he does, technically, it's a hip drop. There's another way of describing it. Albeit he doesn't squash his foot, thank goodness.
No. They take the tap, Payne Haas with it, and he's going to be caught 24 out. 1 minute 13 to go. Here at Lang Park on Grandstand Rugby League with Luke Lewis, Matthew Elliott, John Gibbs, I'm Andrew Moore. It comes to the right to Moses to Luai. Luai stops and props, step past Cotter, who comes at him again, 12 metres out from the goal line. 1 minute to play. Dummy half Robson. He ran right off the mark, Luai. Played it to Robson, though. He throws it away. Touched by Queensland. Picked up by Luai with 6 more tackles to Crichton. Then he swings it all the way to the left. Moses got it away to Damien Cook. Links up with Addo Carr. He got away from Xavier Coates, who comes back at him. 13 metres out. 36 seconds to go. Loser 10 in from touch. 13 out. Played to Cook. Comes to the right. Moses put through a stab kick. The Blues chaser hits the deck. Munster's got it in goal. He's everywhere. And he's taken 3 out from his own line, but they are going to check to see whether a Blues player was tripped. There's Ashley Klein, Reece Walsh on the deck for the Maroons. And now there's more push and shove. And some heads colliding there.
Yeah,
Jerome Luai and Reece Walsh's heads.
Yeah, they've been going at it all night.
There's a bit of bang, 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 bang off the scalps.
It was it was like a greeting. You know when you do the greeting, in New Zealand where you touch each other's forehead. It was being polite.
I didn't see the love.
There was lots of love.
Okay. Martin Lawrence is in touch. Hello, Martin. Hi, Andrew and team. From Echuca, do you think Billy Slater will ever get a club job?
Had a car. He's come around the top and actually thrown a punch and hit Reece Walsh in the chin.
Well, that's an automatic sin bin if he's done that and on report.
Yeah. Well, this, look.
Well, he just put one on. And that's what started the head clashes. All right, let's have a listen to the referee, because players, I'm telling you, are still half a metre away from each other. Let's go down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, well, Josh Addo-Carr's in trouble, and there was a headbutt there. I'm not sure. I think that might have been Luai who was involved there. So this is ridiculous. And Tino Fasul-Malawi is into it. They're still pushing and shoving, and he was pointing at the scoreboard. So have a look at the scoreboard, boys. Tino was revelling in it.
It's a fair point. Now, Reece Walsh has got a smile on his face as Flegler pushes him away. They still can't get the players away from each other.
This could be one of those ones, you know, where they get the ball, they get the penalty.
Well, Addo-Carr has to go. The ref has no choice in that. Let's have a listen now. He's in the bin. Listen to the crowd. Let's see what else happens here.
I've got a funny feeling. If Queensland get the ball, they'll put a bomber. They'll go down. I've seen this play happen before.
Ben Gray and Dustin Hodges and Ben Gray run away. Who's been called out now?
Well, Reece Walsh.
Yeah. So let's have a listen now. He's been called out, Walsh.
Reece! Move! Take the guys that way. Take the guys that way. All right. Come over here. Reece, come over here. All right. Now, I don't want any response here, right? So there's an action of a headbutt. You're off.
Sent off. Reece Walsh is sent from the field.
Jerome's going to go as well.
For a headbutt. And he's a hero to the Queenslanders. He's pointing at the Maroons badge on his jersey. But he has been sent off for headbutting. Who else?
Luai.
He's called out now. Jerome Luai.
Just like Reece, you've done a headbutt there as well, mate. So you're off as well.
He's off. Jerome Luai sent from the field. Different reaction from the crowd. It's loud. And Luai, even with his ears hidden by that long hair, can hear what's going on. And for all of that, the penalty goes to New South Wales. They only have 11 dudes out there. Addo-Carr in the bin for the last 20 seconds. Siren sounds, I'll take the tap. And this might be worth watching. Brad Fittler shaking hands with Dr. Nathan Gibbs and his staff. The Queenslanders on the bench like Harry Grant and Carrigan, they're just waiting to come on and celebrate. Collins. It's 32-6. Addo-Carr, Ben, Luai and Walsh set off. Here it comes to the right. And it's Cam Murray who's going to be taken 5 metres out. Then he got a pass out the back. It's tipped on back to Queensland. Murray to a lung, he has it. Players come in. Referee says, get away, boys. Get away, because he wants to blow the long whistle. Game, set, bingo! Queensland has done it again. They've beaten the Blues 32-6. They've scored 6 tries to 1. And no matter how much doubt you've got or otherwise of those first 2 tries, Queensland, Luke Lewis, simply much, much too good.
Yeah, way too good, Queensland. I hate to say it, but the Blues are absolutely outclassed tonight, all over the park. Queensland showed up in their defence. They kept continuing to defend their line like their life depended on it. And they come up with some brilliant attack. Yeah, look, we've seen 2 tries earlier, probably weren't tries. Everyone's going to argue the point, but the second half for Queensland was absolutely amazing. Some absolute masterclasses out there tonight. Lindsay Collins, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I thought he was so good. Obviously, Val Holmes, a really good inclusion. But Cam Munster, Daly Cherry Evans, Ben Hunt around the middle. Everyone out there done their job. Tino Fasul-Malawi. You've got to look up this Queensland side. Done a great job tonight.
Matthew Elliott, it's a credit to Billy Slater. I mean, what a coaching effort he's produced since taking over as the Maroons.
Absolutely, Andrew. And what he's done is he's empowered those leaders that Luke Lewis just spoke about, to lead the team, and they both did an incredible job tonight, Munster and Daly Cherry Evans in particular, and the whole team got on the back of it. New South Wales, on the other hand, had come up with some dominating play early in the game, but they just couldn't take advantage of it, and I feel like their spine, other than Reece Robinson, was almost void of any creativity.
Reece Robson, a very encouraging debut for the Blues, but there wasn't much. And again, the post-mortem on New South Wales, performance, selections, coaching is going to come thick and fast after this game, because the Queenslanders have won the series again emphatically here by 32 points to 6. Now, where's Gibbsy gone? I've lost him. Just wave for me, Jonty. You're in the middle of that huddle somewhere.
Yeah, I can see him.
Oh, no, I can see him now. I've got the great man, so we'll get to him in just a tick. What a performance, Queensland. 6 tries to 1. They led 10-0 at half-time. They win it 32 to 6. And this crowd in celebratory mode yet again. At Lang Park in Brisbane with a full house of over 52,000. So, just waiting for Gibbsy to jump in there. He might have to jump on one of their backs. I'll go through the point scorers for the Queenslanders. In fact, no, Cameron Munster. What a game, what a work rate. Here he is with you, Gibbsy.
Unbelievable, Cameron. This was, I mean, it was all set up. You had to do the job, and you did it. It was a mighty performance.
Yeah, it was a bit scratchy there. We probably made it hard on ourselves a little bit there, but the boys dug deep. We defended really well, and they only have 6 points on us. And how much defence we done, man, it just shows how hard this team's willing to work for each other, and there's no better feeling than winning the series for Queensland, and I'm so happy.
Well, you led 10-0 at half-time, and obviously they had Tom Trbojevic go off early. You were trying to expose the centre, which was Damien Cook, not much practice out there.
Oh, yeah, I thought he'd done a really good job. He ran the ball hard, and he scored a try for him, so, yeah, look, it's an interesting dynamic. Sometimes when you go trying to look for something, sometimes it doesn't work, so we just played the style of footy we wanted to play, and we got it done. Hey, you all right,
As Tommy Trbojevic saying g'day to Cameron and congratulate. What was the talk when you got away to that big lead? They did score the try in a few anxious moments.
Oh, yeah, we knew we just needed to dig deep. We played for each other, and we knew if we played our best footy, we could win the game, and we did that.
You and Ches, 13 origins. You equal Lewis and Langer in games played together. That's quite amazing in itself, but you've got such a great combination.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know about that stat. So, yeah, look, it's crazy to think, and yeah, we'll celebrate and enjoy each other's company tonight, and yeah, we'll see how we go for next week.
And finally, what about Ches's chase on Steve Crichton in the first half? That was a game-defining moment.
It was. It was, mate. That just shows the little things that we're doing for each other and working hard, and yeah, that's just a little moment, and they'll probably go down as one of the best things for Queensland, and we won't forget about it, that's for sure.
Great game, Cameron. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cameron Munster, a great game for the Maroons. So did Valentine Holmes. He scored 2 tries. He's kicked 4 goals from 6 attempts. He's with John Gibbs.
Well, Val, this is pretty special. Have a listen to that roar. Doesn't get much better.
Yeah, it was it's hard to put it into words, you know. To put a score like that on a quality team like this, that's Suncorp. You know, we trained our backsides off this past week, and I thought we left it all out there for the full 80 minutes. It was a tough kind of first half, but the boys stuck in deep and let one try in, but, you know, couldn't be more proud.
Well, you had a bit of a drought by your standard for a few games, and you've scored last game, 2 tonight. You're now 3rd all-time State of Origin, behind Greg Inglis and Darius Boyd. That's pretty special. And over 100 points.
There you go. I didn't know that, so that's a pretty cool, accolade, I guess, to be up there with the legends of this arena. So, yeah, couldn't be more proud of, obviously, the boys, and they've made me, obviously, get over the line.
It was a pretty brutal affair, wasn't it? I mean, it was scratchy in some areas, but it was brutal.
Yeah, it always is when you come here. It's a very physical game, very fast. The ball's always in play, so you got to keep moving at all times, and I thought we did an outstanding job, to keep them to 6 points. I couldn't be, like I said, it's a bloody good effort.
And talking about, keeping it moving, that was a message from Billy Slater, don't go into your shell.
Yeah, exactly. It was, yeah, I thought where we played, we moved the ball when we needed to, we executed it at times when we needed to, and then we took it up the middle when we needed to. So, I thought our plan worked out well tonight.
Well done, Valentine. Thank you.
Thanks, cheers, mate.
Yeah, and another great State of Origin game. Valentine Holmes, the North Queensland Cowboys and Queensland State of Origin setter. Here at Lang Park in Brisbane, 32 points to 6, the Maroons. Reece Walsh involved in some headbutting at the end. He got set off, but he was passionately pointing at that Queensland badge. That obviously means a lot, this win for Reece Walsh, Gibbsy.
Oh, absolutely, and Billy Slater's having a cuddle with him now, and we'll get the Reece and he's giving. This means so much, and Billy Slater's done a great job. So that's one of the greatest fullbacks the game's ever seen, to one who's played just 2 State of Origin games, having a quite word of him. So we'll get Reece, and that's well done. Well done, Reece. One of the best fullbacks in the game ever. And State of Origin level, Australian level, club level. He's giving you a cuddle like that, a few words of wisdom. That's pretty special.
Oh, mate, it's a dream come true to be selected by Bill. Come out here, do it at home on our home ground. You know, Queensland really turned out for us tonight, and you know, Queensland should be very proud of their boys here tonight, and you know, just really stoked to get the win. So yeah,
the passion. How did you find the step up in level? I mean, you nearly got a chance a couple of years ago, the hamstring injury. You got your chance. You did well in Adelaide, and this was another step up again. How did you find it all?
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, it's one thing Bill says is the bigger the game, the simpler your role is, and you know, I was a bit jittery at the start, and I feel like just Ches, Munn, those are in the middle, and Harry just really took control and made my job a lot easier. You know, and Queensland should be very proud tonight.
Now, Reece, at the end, you've been sent off for a headbutt, so the emotions were running wild, albeit you were leading by a long way.
Yeah, mate. To be honest, a bit disappointed in you know, how the game ended. You know, I need to show a bit more class there. I got a lot of respect for you know, them fellas in the opposite team. You know, they're quality players, and you know, I've looked up to them, you know, my whole life, and I mean, not my whole life, but coming through the ranks, and you know, if I could take my time back, I would, mate, and do things a little bit better there. But you know, like you said, it's a passion, and you know, I love Queensland. I love this you know, this ground. I love these boys. I love the coaching staff, and you know, just got a bit fiery there at the end. But that doesn't mean I don't got respect for him. You know, Jerome's an awesome player, and I love the way he plays and the passion that he wears, and you know, that's something that I try to take into my game. And but if I could take my time back, mate, I would, and show a bit more class.
Well, great win and fantastic start to your State of Origin career. Thanks, Reece.
Much, mate. Cheers.
Reece Walsh with John Gibbs, 32-6 Queensland over New South Wales. The official player of the match, by the way, here at Lang Park is Queensland front row Lindsay Collins, who was just mighty off the bench. On the SMS, Rick from WA reckons DCE should have been man of the match. Well, he would have been in consideration for sure. Ty says up until 5 a.m. for an Ashes win and Queensland clinch the series, I'm a pig in mud. Then you get these clowns. This rugby league has turned into a sissy game. What a joke. No wonder people turn it off. Up your backside, Andrew Moore, Luke Lewis, and the rest of you New South Wales idiot commentators. Andrew, can you put that one ending in the number 860 in the never to be heard from again? And do us a favour, never listen to us again. Mick says first 2 tries changed the whole complexion of the game. Jen Slater v Freddie, men v boys, reckons Mickey in Brisbane. Andrew, the Maroons going to win tomorrow night up here in Townsville, asks Wendy. Well, they may well do it. Queensland's on a roll. And they won that first women's Origin game by 18 points to 10 at Western Sydney Stadium. So for New South Wales to win that series, they need to win tomorrow night, but by more than 8 points. Otherwise, we get into a stupid aggregate system. But Queensland could easily win it and take that series 2-0 the way they played at Western Sydney Stadium. Now, we're with you here for another 18 or 19 minutes or so. And any more reaction down there? The Blues are long gone. But any more reaction, we'll bring it to you there from Gibbsy. We've got Matthew Elliott, Luke Lewis. I'm Andrew Moore up in the broadcast box after Queensland's great win again. In fact, I believe we can go downstairs right now to you, John Gibbs.
Yeah, well, he's had plenty of special moments. Ben Hunt, just another one. I mean, that's 2 in a row for you at Lang Park, though you've done something special.
Yeah, mate, that's extremely special, that one. We thought it was going to be a really tough battle, and it was early. You know, Blues fought really hard and made us to a lot of defensive line, but you know, our young forwards that we got, they're just a real special group, and they kept hanging in there, and you know, our backs got the tries.
We talk about some of the special moments that happen in a game. Lindsay Collins had 7 or 8 State of Origin games. The 1%ers he comes up with, I mean, it's inspiring.
Mate, he just keeps coming up with big plays, Lindsay. You know, him, Ruben, Paddy, like all the guys in the middle, mate, they just keep doing their job, you know, keep moving their feet, get in the right position, and it comes off for him.
What about the opposition hooker, Damien Cook? They went Robson, Damien Cook. Well, Damien Cook was out in the centres in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was definitely a big loss for him. Really big loss, you know. No, Robbo's an extremely good player, but to come into Origin at Suncorp and have to play 80 minutes in the middle, it's a really tough ask, and you know, I think that definitely hurt him.
Now, Benny, during the week, speculation about your future has certainly been a focus of attention. How did you handle it? How did you find it?
No, it's all right, mate. There's always noise around footy, but there's a couple of crazy days there, but I just put it behind me and focused on Origin. We've got a real good group here, and Billy got behind me, and we just put my head down and concentrate on the game.
And do you think you'll be playing for the Dragons against the Warriors Friday night? It's only a couple of days away.
Yeah, mate, I'll be playing. Only played about 27 minutes or something tonight, so body's feeling all good, and I'll go down there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Queensland hooker Ben Hunt speaking with John Gibbs. Just looking at some individual stats here. Reece Walsh ran for 120 metres, 2 offloads and a line break. Brian To'o 172 metres. James Tedesco 175, but I do want to talk about his performance shortly. Cameron Munster, the 5'8", ended up with 26 runs for 175 metres with an offload. Down the page, Payne Haas on a losing side, 152 runs from 20 carries with 41 tackles and 4 offloads. He certainly did his job. Reuben Cotter, 118 metres, 44 tackles from him. Lindsay Collins off the bench, 135 metres and 30 tackles. Some great statistics down there. And Lindsay Collins, the official player of the match. Here he is with you now, Gibbsy.
Well, congratulations, Lindsay. Official player of the match. And if I had a vote, I'd vote for you too, mate. I'm the leader of your fan club. You're made for State of Origin. You love it.
Yeah, it's easy to get up at our home here and in front of 50,000 Queenslanders, and yeah, it's pretty special.
Well, you've got a special group of players here, obviously, and Billy Slater's done a wonderful job in his first 5 games as a State of Origin coach to pull you all together. But that was an outstanding display.
Yeah. We're just building as well. There's something here, and we're trying to hold on to it, and yeah, we're putting the right foot forward and doing that.
Now, you talk about state against state, mate against mate. You enjoy giving it to Jimmy Tedesco.
It's just Origin football, and I love my state, and I'll do anything for my state. And yeah, when you cross that white line, it's no mates.
Well done, Lindsay. Great effort.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
What a performance. And the Queenslanders are now going to break up and go around to the crowd that remain on the fence. All right, let's start wrapping things up, because on this game alone in Queensland, the story is vastly different for New South Wales, and we can talk about that in a moment, because I think if the Blues don't vastly change this team, they're going to struggle to get people to Stadium Australia in 3 weeks' time. But Matthew, the Queensland side showed it all tonight. Billy Slater seems to be a great coach at this level already. The players responded as they normally do here at Lang Park.
Yeah, I think Gibbsy's interviews with all the Queensland players there summed it up perfectly. The respect that they've got for their fans, the respect they've got for their teammates and their coach, I think was evident in the performance tonight. I've used this analogy, Andrew. You've got a friend who's struggling, and you sometimes say, I've done all I can. But if it's one of your family members, you never say that. And I just feel like Queensland never say, we've done all we can.
I was just watching Alan Langer down there, who's actually now having a bit of a chinwag with Gibbsy, but I was watching Alfie when John was speaking to Lindsay Collins. Gibbsy, he looked as happy as when he was playing. That's a while ago now.
I'll ask him. Alfie, are you as happy as when you were playing this win, being associated with this group of guys?
I'm just over the moon, mate. Just seeing the preparation these boys put in, a lot of hard work. But they just get on as great mates. And it's just, for me, it's just enjoyable being in camp when I was here in 87.
Now, as a half, right, what are you thinking of Munster and Cherry Evans, because they've now played 13 games together, same as you and the King?
Well, they're just forming a great relationship, mate, and they're 2 great players, and they're still in great form. So, and just coming into their side, they lead them round, they're great leaders, and that's what happens tonight.
Hey, Alfie, you've been around the best. What about Billy Slater? A fledgling career, 5 State of Origin games, he's won 4. He must have it.
He certainly has, mate, and he leaves no stone unturned. He prepares them well. It's like when he played, so he knows they got to be ready by game day.
Alfie, it's always great seeing you.
Good on you, mate. Go, Gibbsy.
Alan Langer down there with John Gibbs. Luke Lewis, first of all, your thoughts on that effort by the Queenslanders?
Oh, it was a great effort. We were dirty, a bit quiet, to be fair. I don't really want to say, but yeah, look, I'm not disappointed in all the players, but I just can't believe the series is over. I'm pretty devastated, to be fair. But look, you can't take it away from Queensland and what they did, and the way they turned up for each other, the way they played, the way they applied themselves, and the way that they continue to do it week in, week out. So, congratulations to them, and hats off to Billy Slater as well.
Louis, we've had a long association with each other, and one of the things I know is that you have great intuition. You always have had it. It's blown me away for a long time. You just had a feel before that game when you saw him walk out on the field. You said to me off air, something's not right.
Yeah, it's funny, like there's little tells. And when you know you've got a tight bunch of blokes, you can tell. You look at Queensland, and when they line up, every one of them arm in arm, shoulder over shoulder, hugging tight. You look at New South Wales, not in a line, 4 blokes hugging, 3 people with arms down by their side thinking they're too cool. And for me, it shows a separation straight away. I took my headset off. I said to Matty, New South Wales will get flogged tonight. First words I said to him. I said they kicked off, and then from there, it was all over. You could tell that in that group, they weren't for each other. And I hate saying it. I really do. I hate looking at it and saying it. But I could see it right from the start. That was all about being individual, not being a group.
It's also similar to comments you made. I don't want to report off-air conversations, but it is similar to the thought you had after we finished in Adelaide in Game 1. Because you're seeing the character of the Queenslanders. You're hearing reports from people who'd been with the Queensland group. You're hearing reports who'd been around the New South Wales group. And you're left with questions about character, what it means.
Yeah, values.
And
for me, values. I put it down to values. Like, everything that you do, you have to have some sort of value. Now, I look at Queensland and I go, they pick a certain player that is their whole morals and everything that they play is based around what an origin mentality is based around. I disagree with what we do at New South Wales. I don't care what anyone says. I disagree. We pick players for the sake of picking them. We don't pick based on what values are based on and what an origin player is and who we want to represent New South Wales. We pick players based on names and what they've done in the past, and now it's starting to drive me nuts. Like, I'm burning right now. Seriously, I am absolutely burning. I want to take the headset off and I want to nick off and just have my own time to myself. But it's for me, it's so evident. And if I'm seeing it, I don't care what anyone else says. I reckon there's another 150,000 people out there seeing the exact same thing.
Well, they may not know the meaning of it, as someone who played 17 Origins would know. So, name players, don't name players. That's entirely up to you. But would it be a very different looking New South Wales side if the characteristics that you would like to see in Blues teams, if it was picked the way Queensland picked?
Yeah, look, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of players in this side that are great players.
I know you're not knocking the talent,
but yeah, absolutely. There's a heap of players. I'm not going to name any names, but there's a heap of players there that I would have over the top that are players that represent what Origin's about. People who will play for 80 minutes, that will do what's right for the bloke next to them. They'll do everything that's for the team and not for themselves. And I find, like, I look at this side and it's very individualised.
That's the reason I asked Luke the question, Andrew, was that that's evident to me, is that the difference between those two sides tonight wasn't talent. It was certainly helped by the connection between the two key Queensland halves, no doubt about that. But I agree with you, Luke, what you said there before the game and then what you identified just then on air was the biggest difference margin between these two teams at the moment is their mentality.
John Gibbs has been here for the series on the touchline in recent years. Gibbsy, do you share similar thoughts to what Luke's just expressed?
Oh, yeah, but gee, I do. Look, Queensland, they're scrambling. If you look at all of those stats in that first half, it was absurd that Queensland were in front. They took their opportunities. There's something different. Look, the teamwork and the camaraderie of the Queensland, it does seem to be close, but when you're winning games, that can happen. But they're a close-knit group of blokes. I don't know what... That 32-6 scoreline, sitting down on the sideline, I can't believe the difference between the two sides was that.
Yeah, it's funny. Now, the longer the game went, I'm thinking fair enough, because Queensland took opportunities and New South Wales now for back-to-back games haven't. Now, whether that's because of them or because of resilient, amazing goal line defence from Queensland, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
The Daly Cherry Evans chase down does not take talent. That's not talent. It takes pure grit, determination, and wanting to do it for the bloke next to you. But then for all of them to sprint back, get back on side and defend their line, doesn't take talent. It takes people who want to put their head down and work hard for the person next to you. I'm telling you now, we don't have that in the blue side at the moment. We don't have it. And we talk about storytelling and understanding what Origin's about. When I first come into Origin in 2003 as an emerging player, Gus Gould painted a picture about what Origin was about, what Origin is all built around, and what sort of person and mentality it takes. And you wanted to bleed for that jersey. I don't feel like there's any storytelling in this group anymore. I don't think they understand that Origin's not based on talent. It is based off people who work hard for 80 minutes. And if they have to go 150, they'll go 150 minutes. That is what Origin's based off. Lindsay Collins doesn't play like that in club football. But Origin, if he had to play another 50 minutes the way he played, he will play it. And he will do the exact same thing we just seen. If this game was still going, Lindsay Collins is still doing those 1%ers.
I've got to say, I can't remember seeing you as emotional as this. And it's not just words. I can see you shaking as you're dealing with the realities of what you're seeing for New South Wales, the realities of what you're seeing for Queensland. And I said before this series, Matthew, I thought Queensland could win this 3-0, and it's heading down that path. I don't know what else to say about them. This group is incredible. It is year after year.
Yeah, Andrew, and again, I wish I had another way of articulating it better than Luke has just shared with us, and I think that the passion that you can feel from what Luke's saying and being in his presence, but I'm sure our listeners can hear it as well. That's what I've learned by watching Origin and then talking to Origin players. That's the key element behind sustained success in Origin, is that desire. I don't even know what the word is, and perhaps there's not even a word that does describe it really succinctly, is that need to do everything possible in every moment possible to make sure you get the victory. And that's what we saw from the Queensland, led by the Queensland captain tonight. Lindsay Collins, definitely, I get why he got the player of the match, but for me, Daly Cherry Evans set the standard in that first half of that try-saving tackle, and then 3 plays later, running a short support off a player who stuck his nose through and made a break.
Just some quick reaction on the SMS. Love to hear how much you get, Origin, Louis. I'm a Queenslander, but New South Wales need more lads like you, from Sean. Louis is so right, says Phil. Totally agree with you, Luke. Pick a team, New South Wales. Louis, you're amazing. Love your analysis and summing up why Queensland won, says James. Love your commentary. Love listening to Louis. Thanks for your honesty, says Peter. Queenslander in New South Wales. Night shift at Mount Arthur Mine. Absolutely stoked. Luke Lewis should be running the Blues. At least he tells it how it is. New South Wales, a team of champions. Queensland is a champion team. This is why we rule. Origin, says Cheryl. Not picking Jake last year is the example of what Luke is talking about, says Pete. 0467 920 222. All right, we're just about out of here. We'll end with the highlights for Queensland. 2 tries to Valentine Holmes, 1 each to Murray Tuolangi, Hamiso Tabuai-Padot, Xavier Coates and Jeremiah Nene. 4 goals from 6 attempts for Holmes. Reece Walsh on report in the 55th minute, and also sent off in the 80th minute for a headbutt. For New South Wales, a try to Damien Cook in the 58th minute. Steve Crichton 1 from 1. Josh Adokar Sinbin and on report for a punch. Jerome Luai sent off in the 80th minute for a headbutt. The crowd 52,433. Player of the match, Lindsay Collins, as Queensland 32 thrashed New South Wales 6. Gibbsy, thanks so much to you and Zane down there, mate. Gibbsy, and I'll see you tomorrow. We head to Townsville.
Look forward to it. Too good, Queensland.
And Queensland jersey on underneath the jacket for you, Zane Bojack. Well done, mate. Enjoy another win. Matthew, likewise, mate. Thanks for being with us, and we'll catch you very soon.
Absolute pleasure as always, Andrew.
Louis, I appreciate how tough you're doing, so I won't blow smoke, but it's been fun working the Origin with you again, mate. We'll get there again in Game 3.
No, thank you, and big congratulations to all your Queenslanders. You deserve it.
Thank you to Robert Apollino, Aussie Bob, our man of sound here, and Zane Bojack and Andrew in the studio. This is how the Maroons won. There's a whistle from Ashley Klein, and State of Origin 2 is underway at Lang Park. Time off, says the referee, because Tom Trebojevic is down injured, and I think He's clutching in a wrist or arm. Down to the touchline we go. Johnny Gibb.
It's a torn pectoral, so it's shocking for New South Wales, and he had just a look of dejection on his face.
Last tackle, Queensland. Hunt goes right, Cherry Evans. A crossfield kick. Up they go. Goes through the hands of Addo-Carr, and Ruben Cotter or Holmes. Holmes gets there first, but I don't know that he rounded it. He may have bombed it, Val Holmes.
I have no try.
I reckon that slipped out of his fingers.
He's lost the ball. That's no try.
Oh, they're going to give him.
Just downward pressure on the
They're
ball.
giving that.
He had the decision.
And just as they did in Adelaide, Queensland score first. Comes to the left, Grant. Then away to Reece Walsh. Got it away for Peter. Sent it forward. I thought to Tabuai Fado. Play on away to Tuilagi. He steps past them to score. Tried it to Tuilagi. Now Grant dummy half. Goes right, Cotter. Linked up with Carrigan to Cherry Evans. Delayed pass. Reece Walsh sends it. What a half volley. And Valentine Holmes dives through the air. And he scores in the northeast corner. 8 metres in Blues territory on the last. Grant, short side left to Munster. Then away, Tabuai Fado. Kick over the top by Tuilagi. Back there is Payne Haas. But getting there first is Tabuai Fado. Ladies and gentlemen, it's hammer time. Is that the series? Queensland 20, New South Wales 0. Now Robson to the left, Tedesco to Luai. Gee, that looked forward to Liam Martin. Play on, Liam sends it along the deck. Robson ducks underneath one, then gets the pass back, and he's going to race away and score. Damien Cook. Try to Cook, goes right, Cherry Evans. Cut out pass to Walsh, beats one, gives it away down the wing to Xavier Coates. He put a cape on his back. He flew through the air and somehow got it down for the Maroons. Queensland 24, New South Wales 6. How do they possibly get run down from here, the Maroons at home? It's almost impossible to envisage. Munster the big crossfield kick looking for Coates. He's flying through. The ball taken, then dropped and dived on by Nanai. Cook caught it. Cook dropped it. Nanai put it down. Queensland 30, New South Wales 6. Luke Lewis, it's an origin crashing. It's tipped on back to Queensland. Murray Tuilagi has it. Players come in. Referee says, get away, boys. Get away, because he wants to blow the long whistle. Game, set, bingo! Queensland has done it again. They've beaten the Blues 32-6. They've scored 6 tries to 1. Queensland simply much too good.